Guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. Hey, beautiful people. How is everyone doing? Happy Saturday. I hope we are well. Welcome to the channel. Good evening, good afternoon. If you're joining us from the United States of America and its colony, I welcome you to another show. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button as you're coming in. Thank you so much for all your support. Yesterday was amazing. It was really, truly amazing. I have a good update about Amina. Thank you so much to everybody that got on, even though there was a lot of technical issues with that show yesterday, but the devil is always a liar. God will continue to take all the glory in our lives and in our situation and in this ministry. So quick update. Somebody who volunteered yesterday to help me do the referral to social services about Amina has done it. So she's been referred now to services. She's going to be assigned a case worker, social worker to work with her. As a matter of fact, oh my God, that's why I keep saying to people, please, we have no resources outside this platform. Anybody that is saying, Auntie B, I need your help, Obodo Farm, I need your help, there's nothing we can do outside the platform. I understand that people want to stay private. I understand that you want to be anonymous. You don't want anybody to know that it's you. But the only resources we have is this platform. So you've got to come to share your story. The first time Amina came was in July. Cynthia, thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate you. Everyone that has reached out to Amina, God will bless you. God will reward you. You will never lack. The first time that Amina reached out to me with her issue when she was barely, 3 months in this country, she sent email. She didn't come forward. Obviously, she was still living with, the Mongo Park that time. But even though she was joining us by phone and, the audio wasn't that clear and everything, people got the gist of it. And you would not believe the support she's been getting since yesterday. There's a referral that has been made to social services. People have sent her money. We are planning a trip to go and see her very soon. As a matter of fact, somebody who lived local to her because she has no bank account. Of course, I was like, how are we going to send her money now? And so I just asked in one of the group, I said, please, I need somebody to volunteer to go and give money to this young lady because she doesn't have money. She doesn't have anything on her. As a matter of fact, we found out that the so-called refuge that they put her was so poor. That lady that came forward yesterday to make the referral to social service was amazing. She got the police and said, why did they place her in that place? There's no heating. You know how they do us now? They just see us, they say, look, my people, God is amazing. We go onto it. I asked someone in the group in that area, please, can you go give her money? And I'm glad to tell you that the person has seen her now. They're giving her some money. She wasn't feeling well. She's going to get some medication. We've arranged how she can go to the hospital and all that. I mean, there's help right, left, and center. The most important one was the fact that from the way she was speaking, Johnny Divine, your connection is not good. Please go back and try coming in again. I can't add you the way it is. Okay? And you are the guest. So you got to be here. Nobody should come in for now, please, until Johnny Divine is able to. She's my guest. When she's done, then, I can take people. I wanted to quickly give you an update because we serve an amazing God. God is doing wonders. I was so emotional this evening. I was almost teary. I was like, God, who am I that you are so mindful of me? This small platform that we are here, sitting down here, just sitting down here, talking. And somebody will come and share their story and, the hand of God will just touch people's hearts. They will be merciful. They will be kind. Nigerians, I mean, our people, Africans generally are very kind-hearted people. I'm telling you, from yesterday and today, this young lady that was thinking, oh, let me just go back home. There's no hope for me. She was so worried. She's not been sleeping. I said, don't worry. She's got so much reassurance. So one lady contacted me and said, Auntie B, this lady, the way Amina is talking, I think she's from my place. I know the way our people talk, this accent. We're laughing yesterday. We're like, accent. When Amina was saying, I don't used to hear what the Yoruba people used to say. That's a funny way of talking. So the lady said, this accent is my village accent. Oh, I know my village people. And this is how we know how to love. Please connect me. I've been connecting her to people non-stop. A minimum of at least 5, 6 people have called Amina between yesterday and today. So I connected them, and the lady, she said she's from my place, and it is true, she's from her place. The lady called her, spoke their language to her. Imagine somebody from your hometown calling you and speaking your dialect to you. What sort of the reassurance that comes with that? You will know that you are not alone. The lady didn't stop there. She took Amina's number to contact her family in Nigeria to tell them, don't worry, she's got a family now. Obodo Farm have got her. Oh my God. What can I say? What can I say? Kitchen Connoisseur, thank you so much for yesterday. I really appreciate you, my sister. God bless you. So she's going to be all right by the grace of God. We're going to visit her. We're planning a visit. Obviously, I can't give any details out because it's got to be confidential. We don't want to reveal her location. We need to be mindful that she's like basically under protection. And so we need to be careful. But I just wanted to let you know that God is working in this platform. Things are going on. So especially you that is still thinking, Auntie B, please, I want to talk to you in private. I don't have any resources outside this platform. Hey, Joe. This is the only resources that I have, this platform. When we share stories, even people that don't speak, they don't call in, they are not in the comment section, they are not even in the groups. They start coming in. Auntie B, how can I help? Even brothers. The first person to send money was a brother that sent Amina money. Was a man. Said, Auntie B, I listened to Amina's story. It's too pathetic. And I need to bless her with something. I said, she doesn't have account number. How are we going to do it? I said, okay, send it to me. And then before you know, somebody in our group in that area added to it. This one added to it. This one added to it. And they went, at least that will hold her for some time. So, I mean, this platform is the only resources I have. This is where God is doing the work. Yeah. God is amazing. Since Jubala said, no, online trolls will not see this one. No. No, they don't see this one. They don't see. 29-year-old girl that was brought from Nigeria. She's so insecure. The level of her insecurity, she doesn't believe that anything can be done. She was like, the police, the way she said them talking, that they said he denied all the allegation, and he said that he's going to appeal. I said, appeal where? I said, don't worry, the matter has not even gone to court. She believes that she has no help anywhere. Do you know what it means to be isolated and cut off from your family in a foreign land where you have no friends, you have no family, you have no money, no job, no connection, nothing? Not even place of prayer or worship like church or mosque. Nothing. But between 24 hours yesterday and today, wow. Thank you, Obodo Farm. That's all I can say. Thank you so much for what you've done. All the ladies in the group, all the people that have reached out to her, Cynthia, Nimi, God bless you. As you pour into other people, the Lord will continue to pour into you. Your children will never lack. Everybody that's got in touch with me and said they need to, connect. People are volunteering. They say, Auntie B, when are you going to see her? I'm coming. I want to go. I'm being very careful even so that people that I don't know, I don't want to give them the information about where we are going. So please, yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. God bless you. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Amina is going to be good. We're going to keep working and talking to her. We're going to go and hug her at some point very soon, not too long away from now. And we just reassure her. I told her it's happened for other people before. The first visit we went, guys, can you remember? London Bridge, Ella was in a similar situation. She was in refuge. She had nobody. Although Ella is kind of very, very sharp and savvy. That one, in sense, you guys say plenty. She's very, very, very smart. Amina is equally very smart, but she's naive. She doesn't have a lot of information and she's very insecure. So a lot of reassurance, a lot of talking to her. I think the thing that really made her relax, because she's not been sleeping, according to what she told me, is the fact that her town person spoke the language to her and called her. They spoke for almost 1 hour. And that person was telling her, and incidentally, this God what can we say? Incidentally, this lady that called her from her hometown had a similar experience of a Mongo Park. So that one was telling her, don't worry, I've been here. I know what you are going through. If God can see me through it, your own is small. Fola, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that cash app. God bless you. Wow. It is only true, Obodo fam. People coming here also. If you call me, I can't do anything for you private. I don't know anybody. Okay? This is not Ninja where you use connection. What we have is information and linking people to information and services. And then being our sisters and brothers keeper within our circle to help. That's all we have. So thank you, everybody. I'm grateful. I wanted to give you that update before we get on to today's show, because I have a guest in the studio and she's going to tell us her own story. If you guys remember the other day when we were doing the show about somebody that came and was sharing the Kenyan Australian woman. Somebody came on the show that day and was, she was saying it quite a lot. And we said, you know what? You need your own show. So she's come forward as well. She's in the Her name is Johnny Divine, and she's in the studio now. So please, same way we do it by listening with an open heart, not judging anybody. Please don't judge, don't condemn, don't criticize, don't ask questions that don't make sense. It's not your story. Let's just respect and know that people are going through things. They have their own pain, they have their own trauma. They are making themselves vulnerable so that they can heal by coming to share with us. It's not easy putting yourself out there, even if your picture is not showing. It's not an easy thing. Even if you're not putting your video on, your voice, some people might still recognize your voice. So some people will never do it. So when people come here to, they put themselves out there because they really need help. Please, I'm begging you, let's listen with an open heart. I know the regular Obodo fan people, you're always with me on this. So thank you so much, everyone. So Johnny Divine, we welcome you. Thank you very much for being here. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Sister V. Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. As you said, it's really, really taken a lot for me to even accept and come into the studio.
I understand. I understand. But let me reassure you about this. We heal, when we share our pain. I know this story is not going to be very easy for you to share, but trust me, because it's happened over and over and over again here. So I can tell you with all authority that your life is going to take a turn for the better by the grace of God. And by the grace of God, we're going to do everything we can to support you. Even the burden of letting this out, honestly, you will feel better. And you're not going to only be healing yourself, you'll be healing other people, because you are not alone in this. Trust me, you're not.
Yeah.
So you are welcome. Yes. Welcome, my darling.
Thank you so much.
All right, take your time and let's start from the beginning. Tell us what happened. Okay. How did you meet? How did we get here?
Yes. Thank you. You asked me to write a couple of points, but that only opened a lot of wounds.
Yeah.
So basically, I was in aviation, and I wasn't somebody who compromised myself. So I was working a flight. I was in uniform, and I'm just trying to jump. So I was in the galley, and that flight, a popular hairdresser who used to, was somebody who used to was my go-to person to make my hair. So I found that he was on that flight. I took a glass of champagne and I gave it to him. And sitting beside him was this person. So he asked me then to bring, if I don't mind, if I could bring the person he was sitting with a glass of champagne, which I did, and I walked away. Now, let me just say this. I'm old school, and the way our people are very hypocritical about some women doing some jobs. So with that knowledge, I not somebody who compromised myself to be friendly with passengers, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
So my social life was practically zero. You could, if you were close to me, if you knew me, you always knew where I was. If I was going to do anything, it was to do my hair or nails. I was just those things, just to keep myself presentable for the job.
Yeah.
So that flight, shortly after I gave this person champagne, I was prepping for the next service. We were flying into Heathrow, and this person that was sitting beside the person I knew walked up to me and got chatty. I first of all had my usual shield up, but I kind of started cooling down when I saw that he wasn't trying to say anything dirty. So he was being very. The conversation was pretty intellectual,
Right.
and that was what made me calm down. That flight ended. Subsequently, another flight ensued. This same passenger was on the flight, but he was now compromised. And if you're somebody who's in the aviation industry, you were allocated a place to work. So the FSM, in-flight manager, told me, focus on this person who was compromised, being this person I'm talking about. So, and then got someone else to work with him on my side. This man was crying and saying a whole lot of things, problems and stuff like that. Just trying to encapsulate it, Subsequently, he kept flying, and then we got friendly. He started asking me, why are you on this job and stuff like that. I told him, I'm planning to leave because I actually had, like I said last week, I had issues on my job with one of the ground managers. Like I said, I'm pretty churchy. I was pretty churchy and very naive.
You were a church girl.
So yes.
Okay.
So I told him, listen, my mother already knew what was going on. My mother was a retired nurse, so my mom was like, listen, start preparing yourself to come over here, stay at your sister's, and stay at your sister's and go to school and work. So I was trying to prepare myself. Each time I tried to do that, my sister then would say, oh, she's not ready. So my situation at my job was getting really bad. I had been set up a couple of times. So it was, when you feel when there's something they're really on you, but you don't know what it is. So I literally just had to position myself in such a way that I had to look for something to do elsewhere. So I looked at going into the spa and skincare, pending when I could put money together to go to nursing school. Yeah. Yes. So
okay. So at this point, were you still in the job, or were you now?
I was still on the job. I
Okay.
was I was still on the job. So I came to do this. I during a vacation trip, spent some time with my sister and my mom, and come here to Florida. This is where the school is.
Right.
The airline I used to work with, maybe if I say this, you would know what airline it is.
It's not
Had
necessary even.
therapists.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yes.
I mean,
So
yeah, that's not. It's
okay.
not relevant. Yeah.
Okay. So this man was flying. This subsequently, like I said also last week, this man would tell me, "Oh, when are you flying? My girlfriend is coming," and I worked with her. I she flew on one or two of my flights, but this second or third one, I told him, "Oh, as you're talking to me, sadly, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to check out the school I had told you I wanted to check out because I mean to leave the job." And he said, "Oh, that's interesting. Oh, where are you going?" So I told him I was going to my sister's place to see my mom in Boston, and from there I was going to come here. So he said, "Oh, he's going to be in Washington. Like, if I don't mind, he can he visit?" You know, based on the kind of conversation I had had with him, I didn't think anything. So I welcomed this man. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Jumping stuff, came, met my mom, my sister and him got chatty. um Eventually, I didn't tell my sister anything because I just wanted to I took matters in my own hand. I came here and he came along. In all honesty, there was no career. It was decent and stuff, and till today I would say thank God he came with me, because I would have been what do you call it, I would have been stranded. I thought it was a thing I could come in and
Just settle
what do you
down.
call it? Come,
Mm.
yes, come in, check the school out, take a flight, take the next flight out, and go back. But it
Wait.
didn't
So
happen that way. So I
okay.
happened to spend the night, and he got me a room, and he had his room.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said there was nothing like Kiriwa. I knew him as a friend.
So
Um,
if I can just interject, thank you so much, Johnny
yes,
Sugar.
please.
You're doing very well. Just yours. Just
Thank you.
breathe. Breathe. Do you have water nearby? You're doing
Yes,
very
I
well.
do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just breathe. You're doing very well. Well done. I just need to ask, were you coming in from Nigeria or at this point? Or were you
Uh,
somewhere in Africa?
No, I was coming from Nigeria to. I usually would come from Nigeria to visit my mother. I had already sent my mother here, so my mother was a green card holder, and
Okay.
she was
Okay.
comfortable. When I once I had vacation, it was to come here. Sometimes I'd go to Paris or I'd go to
Hmm.
SA and stuff like that. But my main, if anybody who knew me knew I was going on holiday, they knew I was going to see my mom and my sister in Boston.
So you were a big
Um,
girl. You were a big girl.
My job was good. Yes, my job was
Mm.
good. But like I said, the situation on the job was too dire, and I had to jump. I had to leave.
Okay.
Um, and this supposed friend uh, back then knew my situation and was really supportive and stuff. So that's
Yeah.
why I would let him come to see me and talk to my mom and stuff like that. I was so
Yeah.
naive, in all honesty. When they were saying, oh, things like oil and gas, I didn't even know the extent or what the wealth
Scope.
that
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
I was just like, okay. And he wasn't dressing according to what do you call it, how he's whatever it is. So I just took him
So,
as a regular person. Yes.
mhm, mhm. Okay, carry on, my darling, because when you say oil
Oh,
and
okay.
gas, when I hear oil and gas, and this is not on you because you already said that you're a church girl, you are very churchos and you are naive. Obviously, from the
Yes, I
picture
was
you've
very.
painted so far, you were so into your work and just working
Yes.
and living your life. And this was a friend you made during you met
Yes.
him at work. So you were comfortable.
Yes.
But I mean,
Yes.
some of the fam here will know we've had some very funny stories in the past about people who claim to work in oil and gas. So it's a thing that we just giggle about when people say they work in oil and gas. I mean, we've had so much fun about it. People will ask, is it Ororo oil? Is it granite oil? Is it olive oil? So yeah,
I,
just to make you laugh, oil and gas can
yeah,
be yeah. You know what oil and gas
no,
is? Be careful. Be careful with oil and gas people.
no, I just, when I think back, I just don't know there's a different story coming in. Yes, he was in oil and gas, but I'm not even, I've come to realize a lot, if not all, things he said to me were all lies. Before I continue, during these flights of his, he was doing we were doing a night flight. That's a return leg back to Nigeria. He
Mhm.
made sure to introduce me to his mother. I thought it strange. I didn't understand it, but he was flying he made me walk up to his mother and greet her. I would take it that I was just being assessed.
Mhm.
Okay, so I came to, like I said, thankfully he came with me. And the when we came back, it was when we and again, I thank God that he booked a room for me, because when we came in, it was dark. And so the following day we went to the school. They were already expecting me. So the bill for the school was expensive, more than I what do you call it, expected.
Right.
So in all honesty, in faith, he was there. They had everything I wanted to do. It entailed spa management, so I was really looking forward to this. So
Yeah.
he encouraged me. I paid $150 for registration, and I went back with faith that, okay, let me go and work some more, and
Mhm.
put all my every pound sterling I could get in my account and everything with faith. I'll get this in and I'll come back here. God will hold off whatever issue I had coming. So we went back at the airport. My sister was very displeased
Mhm.
that I had just gone off, but I had to. Nobody seemed to understand the intensity uh, I had at work. So
Yeah.
I have no regrets coming out on my own and checking something out, and I have the information I need. I have
Mhm.
a goal.
Mhm.
So she was at the airport, she was displeased and stuff. So you looked at it as if, oh,
You're
um,
wa- you're
I
walking away
I
from
want
a
away.
dream jump. Yeah.
No, she didn't even know about it at this time. I
Mhm.
just stopped talking to her about it.
Right.
You know, I just stopped talking to her about it. So I came on my own. Came to the airport. And like I said, she was displeased. So she assumed I had come here to Florida to sleep with somebody, have a rendezvous with this man, and what we call runs now. So,
Yes.
but it wasn't so. Thank God I had just checked in my suitcase. I had to stop the lady who had tagged my suitcase. Thank God I had registered the receipt, and the pamphlets for the book was right on top of one of the zippers close by. Showed it to my sister. She was really displeased, but I was just excited with my achievement and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Okay.
So
So
that was kind of a
that
short.
okay. I don't want to rush
That,
you. I can see you are struggling,
yes,
so I'm going to help you by prompting you, right?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
because the
please.
story is very long and we're just
Yes, it
scratching
is.
we're just scratching the beginning of how you met.
Yes,
So I want to
yes.
assume that by this, meeting him, become friendly, coming to America together, going to check out the school and all whatnot, you got together.
We, sorry, Sister B, we didn't come together. I came on holiday with the
Hmm.
plans of going to the school. I only told him I was coming. So
Okay.
eventually
He came
he
to
he
visit,
came
yeah.
and he came and
He
met
was
me
going
where
somewhere
my
and
sister's.
dropped by. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes. So I was disappointed that my sister really didn't believe me. But so eventually, I started doing flights again, with the focus of saving. A few months down the line, I get a I get two envelopes at the sent to me, at the reception, and it gets sent up to my room. So I thought it was from the crew line manager, perhaps because sometimes they take me off the flight to do promos for the airline and stuff like that. So I thought it was one of those. So I opened the envelope and found that, my school fees had been paid. So
Right.
it was a delightful surprise. So me,
Mm-hmm.
my church brain, I was like, thank you, Father. Oh, thank you for
It's a
fighting
miracle.
for me. And yes,
Did he pay the
in all
school fees?
honesty, he paid it. He
Okay.
paid it completely. So I was like, God, thank you. This is the first thing somebody has ever done for me. God, you're real, you're this and everything. You can imagine me. Um, Something I've never done, and he's the one and only person I ever did this to. I never gave anybody my real phone number. People were always asking, but I'll give wrong digits. But
Why were
this
you doing
man,
that? Why?
I didn't want to make friends with anybody. Like I said, I didn't want any issue of, I didn't want any gossip or anybody say, so and so person is is sleeping with this person. I just didn't want that gossip from
Okay.
anybody,
Okay, so I'm going to
So
come in here now. I understand. I
yes,
understand, but
yes,
usually I'm not sure how familiar you are. I think you know how we do these shows, because you've been
yes,
watching. So we draw out the
yes,
lessons. Okay.
yes,
So for single
yes,
women or women who are separated or looking to get into a relationship, that's a lesson there for you there. Please and please don't say, because of what people will say, that if you are actively looking to date, you want to get into a relationship, don't give men wrong number. Don't. It's like practically saying, I don't want to date nobody. I don't If you don't want to date, you just want, maybe you are dating yourself, is a different thing. This is not on you, Johnny Divine. I'm just talking generally
yes.
now for people to learn. If you are open and you are ready for relationship, when you meet a man and you like what you see, please be open and do give your correct phone number. Don't give fake phone number. Don't say, oh, what will people will say? People will always say whatever they want to say. Whether you do, do, they go talk. So please be open, and please, when people are interested in you, give them the right number. That's just what I want to say there. Carry on, my darling.
Yes. Let me just say that the people who were coming were not single. A lot of them
Oh,
were,
I see.
yes,
Okay. Yeah, that's a
yes.
different thing. Yeah,
And
no, 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 no.
yes. And in all honesty, this man too, like I said, I wish I didn't, but I am here. He said he had uh troubles with his marriage was whatever. And I really did see him flying his girlfriend, so it was believable what he was saying.
Was he married
And
or he was
he said he was
dating?
having problems. He said he was having problems. I don't know when the divorce was filed. I didn't, and in all honesty, I didn't pry. I
Okay,
didn't pry. I didn't ask the necessary questions that I should
right.
have.
I like that.
Yes,
I like the fact that
yes,
you are looking inwards now, because a part of your
ye-
healing process is for you to look inwards and take accountability for maybe the things that you should have done. Is reflective.
yes,
That's reflection,
yes,
and it's very, very powerful. I like the fact
yes.
that you are saying, I didn't pry, I didn't investigate. And that there's no shame in it. We all make mistakes. Okay.
I
Sometimes when you like
also
someone, you might not even want to look further. So I was saying that people should give number. Please, it's not married men I'm talking about though. If you know they are married or you suspect, no number. Please run. Okay, my darling, go ahead.
So he painted his now ex-wife really bad and everything, which like I said, I didn't think to ask questions. Well, he's just a passenger, somebody I know is friendly. So the situation he wasn't projecting if any affection towards me.
Yes.
So the opportunity did not, what do you call it, come. So, anyway, I eventually resigned from my job. I'm jumping, and I start. I come here to resume uh, school. I called my brother then, and um, family just disappointed me. So that was another double barrel shock. So more or less, I was left alone in Florida to fend for myself. So this man was pretty disappointed and took to um, being my support. You can imagine me rolling on the floor and saying, Jesus, is this you? And stuff like this. Yes, you
Johnny
know.
Divine, please don't make me laugh. Is it Jesus? Is this you? Now let me ask you,
Yes,
if you don't mind telling us, because the school fee was
yes,
in dollars.
yes.
How much was it?
It was about 47 to $50,000 then.
He paid all of that.
Yes, he did.
Was a
And
lot of money.
um, um, the school actually required I produce a sponsor, which he detailed all his bank things. So he registers at a sponsor. So that cleared that off. So you can imagine me, like, God,
That's
this
a
can't be
lot of
real kind of
money.
thing.
So this person
Yes.
has money
Now,
for him to be able to pay that. He has a lot of money.
yes. So now let me also say something so that there was no issue of, okay, I have done this for you. Come and open your legs. I went to my NatWest account and I took money. I paid him. I said, I was paying him. Okay, after my naive mind that, okay, after this program, I'm going to get a job and somehow continue paying this man till, it is still have paid off, and then I just did not begin to imagine or even add up anything. I was naive.
So you thought
Um,
that he paid, and your mind was that you will pay him back when you get on your feet and you start working. So there was
yes,
still no
I was already.
relationship, no sec,
No,
no sexual relationship at this point still between you.
I won't say. I won't for the fact that he had a girlfriend then. Um, and after doing this, he was still with that woman. I never met her. I don't know. When I say I never, she flew on night flight, so I never really had a conversation with her. That kind of thing was really hazy. Um, so I was giving this man. I went to my NatWest account. I was giving him money. Really appreciate. Thank you so much for the support and yada 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 and stuff like that. Subsequently, this man started accusing uh, the then girlfriend, oh, she's a witch and stuff like that. Oh, a whole lot of things. I didn't want to be party to all that conversation again because for me, that's not my business. I was here to study, which he encouraged me. So I buried myself in my studies, which
Okay.
I read
Mm-hmm.
so hard. I
Mm-hmm.
excelled in
Okay.
the school, like I said last week.
Mm-hmm. Did you
Um,
finish? Did you finish the course?
I I finished after we had a child, after we got married. I was just going to
Okay.
say that subsequently during the program, this man fell very sick. He felt
Right.
very sick, and I think I talked about it. Started having spinal issues. He reached out to me and said, "Please, he's afraid of doing surgery in London. They said they're going to go through his neck and stuff like that. Can I help him look for a hospital where they can do work on him?" So
Okay.
me,
Hold on.
being
Hold
very
on.
loyal and everything. Yes,
Johnny Divine, hold on. I'm just going to interject. I want
yes,
to ask something.
yes,
So there's a red flag there that I want to bring out.
yes,
Any person, whether man or woman, when you meet someone and you becoming friendly and they start to talk about their exes, and this is not only a particular gender, any gender, when they start to call their exes witches, wizard, evil, this
yes,
is red flag number one.
yes,
Please be aware of it. It sends a signal, because if they can call their exes witches, wizards, evil, and things like that, because someone that has healed from a relationship, no matter how bad the relationship is, and they are going into a new relationship, what they will say about their past is the fact that, oh, I had my faults. We are not perfect, but it just didn't work out. They are not going to start calling names and telling you anybody that is calling name about their past, they have not healed. Once they start using those names, be very wary of those people. Be very, very wary, whether it's a man or woman, and they will be cursing their exes. Be very wary of them. People that have healed will say, you know what? We are all human. They are good people. They are exceptional people. They are a good mother. She was a good mother. He was a good father. But you know what? Sometimes things don't just work. Those are people that are well, they are healed, and they are ready for relationships. So that's just, I wanted to bring that out. And I also wanted you to, take a break and, to calculate your thoughts. So at
Mm.
some point, I want to assume that you started dating when you were in school?
After his after he eventually showed me divorce papers, um and that's when he started. He was still sick. Something I'd say as well, the when during this surgery thing, and I was in and out of school, I was getting tired of it. I started asking him, and it was even close to the surgery date. I was like, where's your wife or your mother, your brothers, whoever? Can't you reach out to them? Why can't they come and help you? This
Mhm.
man said to me, he does not trust anybody. It is only me he can trust.
Hey,
Uh,
wait a minute.
so yes, that is what he said to
Okay, so
me.
that's
Um,
manipulation there. That's serious
yes,
manipulation. Okay?
yes,
If somebody says,
yes,
I don't trust anybody else in this world, only you, they are manipulating you emotionally. It's not true.
yes.
It's to make you feel a
So,
certain kind of way so that they make you feel like it's only you I can depend on. You are my
yes,
savior. If
yes.
you leave me now, what will I do? It's manipulation of the highest order, please. Okay. Go ahead, my
So we
darling.
con so they went to the surgery. The first one, he came out partially paralyzed. Me not
Wow.
being a nurse and everything, there was no hired medical, what you call. So I was doing something really, really risky, and it has to be God because anything could have happened, you
Hmm.
know. So I was bathing, cleaning name it. I was doing it,
So
you
was he in the
know.
US this period? He was in the US now.
Yes, he would come. Yes, he kept coming, and I can't begin to tell you the number of times I had to check out of school to carry somebody in so much pain, literally carry somebody in so much pain, um, to different hospitals, and they couldn't really diagnose what the pain was in Nigeria, and he was always coming. It was really, really distracting, which is why I asked him that question when we got to the hospital that he was going to be operated in. I started asking, where's your family?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. And
so
at this
he
point,
came
I
out.
want to believe that you feeling obligated now because remember he paid all that plenty money for your school, right?
Yes, from the onset. Yes,
Mhm.
I
So
felt
that's a
very,
big
you know what?
investment. So you owe
Yes,
him. You definitely
yes,
owe
I was
him.
feeling very loyal. I
Yes.
was.
Yes. Okay.
Um, so I became an untrained RN person working with somebody, going with the doctor's instructions, going to physiotherapy. This man was not doing anything, and he was just limp, you know. He also had to go back into it was a second surgery. I had a lot of work. So anyway, I started doing. There were pastors who we knew who were praying. Um, Fast forward, she started getting better. I started seeing bouts of anger. I had a classmate then who I would say, listen, this person, she was a Christian too. That's how we became friends. This person, he's no, I think I'm fast forwarding it. But I think I talked to the doctor. What about this bouts of anger? So the doctor was like, some people have issues. They're not up to par as they used to. So they express their frustration through anger and stuff like that. So I just thought, you know what, I'll just keep encouraging him as part of his healing process. So he got stronger, and I didn't know the gray area or anything. I just each time he had bouts of anger, I would assume it was part of the healing process. Eventually, he started professing. In Nigeria, he showed me when he FaceTimed me. He showed that the now ex-wife had divorced him.
Divorce.
I
Yeah.
was so full of pity for him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, because everything this man told me about this woman was terrible. I was like, oh my God, what kind of wicked woman is this? How,
Mm-hmm.
why?
Yeah.
He would cry and everything. A
Yeah.
covert narcissist will cry and do everything. They will buy, if you're like me, very naive, they will get you hook, line, and sinker. you know um he told me, he's owing the woman 250K. I was like, wow, that's so much money. Oh my goodness. I didn't forgotten that my own family
250K in naira or dollars?
in pound sterling.
250K dollars, pounds.
Yeah, no, pound sterling, yes. I was like, oh my God. And I had no clue. I was ostracized from family. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. So so I was just all basically, if I was not in school talking to the classmates and stuff like that, people even wanted to come close to me. He would say, "Whoa, what are they coming for?" So I would listen to him. Again, I was dedicated because of how he had gotten me paid my school fees. This man is good. You know, yeah. So
Okay. So another thing, well done, my darling. Take a sip of water. Well done. You're doing very well. I can tell that this is not easy for you, but you are doing so well. You are trying. Well done. Another thing I wanted to bring out there from Johnny Divine Stories, please, when people talk about their exes, this day and age, everybody has some form of social media presence, especially when there is so much negativity that they are saying about their exes, even if it's a woman or a man. Find a way to reach that ex and find out. Google them, find them on social media, look for someone who knows them and ask, hey, auntie, this is what I'm hearing. No, I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude or disrespectful, but I just want to protect myself. If it's a woman that is spilling this kind of thing, Google their ex, find out their name, Google them, find them on LinkedIn. If they are not on any social media, they will be on LinkedIn. If they are professional people, you will know somebody that there's linked to them. You need to find out. So a lot of people are curious about the age, if there is a significant age gap between you and this.
yeah, he's
What?
7 years older than I am.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's all right. That's not too
No.
bad. Okay. Okay.
Um, anyway, like I said, he started expressing interest and saying, "Oh my God," full of praises, to me. Um, as a pastor was there, pastor that had been praying along, while I was praying with me while during this terrible process, this frightening process of having to stay with somebody that has this kind of crisis, health crisis. So as he got better, the praises the praises clouded the red flags of his temper. So he started professing interest in me. Oh, his wife has the divorce and everything. Also, the ex-wife wants to leave him like this. Oh, that I'm so good. I'm so good. Expressing marriage to me and stuff like that. So again, I was a free thinker, and what you call it, I did not know what to think. I did not know red flags. I did not know what to think. I didn't. I like my life was really. I didn't know what red flags were,
Do you
and I
have
didn't know
friends?
what to think.
Did you have friends,
Um,
girlfriends?
no, it's just like now. I find it. I just stay on my own. I I find it hard. I had a ever since somebody did something to me as a at the age of 12. And during high school, I was bullied a lot, so I just got used to staying on my own, really.
Oh, that's a pity.
So yeah,
That's
so
a pity
that's a lot.
because
There's a lot of scarring there.
yeah, because
So people
there's a
coming,
role that girlfriends usually play when you are in relationship.
yes,
What you cannot see, if you have good girlfriends, they will see it and
yes,
they will tell
yes,
you. They will tell you.
yes.
So
It,
yeah, it's a
it was
pity that
easy
you
for
didn't
him
have
to,
friends. Yeah.
yeah. And I still stay on my own today. It's so much scarring. I find it difficult to make friends with anybody. It just with women, it just there's always that trigger. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? So I'm just calm with myself, and I'll watch movies. Try and be creative for myself. It's better for me. Um, so yes, we got married. A baby was on the obviously Kerewa happened, and I got pregnant. Um, this is 2013. We I suggested building a house because okay, this is a second marriage. Start anew, things will get better, will help you. I've been supporting you. I really thought the best of this person. Um, we built a big house, which I'm actually calling from now. He
In
was
the
still,
US.
yes. He was still sick. I had a baby. I was after the surgery, there was still another pain somewhere, and I was with a little child, barely cleared to drive, and I was taking this man to different hospitals with a little child,
Let me ask
trying to
you,
get
Honey
that.
Divine,
Yes,
did
yes.
you feel obligated to marry him? Did you love him, or
Um,
was it because you were cut off from your family and it was just him? You didn't have friends and you are in school and he was basically your guardian or your
yes,
only friend? Is that
yes,
why you married
yes,
him?
and somebody I was used to as well.
Yeah, because you've not told us about
I
love. There's a lot of
no,
issues in his past. Because another
yes,
thing I wanted to bring out there, you cannot be going through a divorce and you're already in another relationship. So there's no room for even
that's how I
healing.
met him. Yes, that's
Yeah,
how I
so it's
met
like he
him.
basically he was already going to or maybe he divorced after he met you. I don't know what the timeline is, but before the divorce even became final, he was already with you. And as soon as the divorce was final, he was already saying he wants to marry you.
He was dating. Remember, I met him with a girlfriend.
Yeah, it's actual.
Yes, yes. It was after her. I was already here. Which the bad person. I was here in school focusing, so I wasn't really into his story or what you call it. For me, that's gossip. Why do I need to hear about somebody else and stuff like that? You come here, okay. I'm dedicated and what you call it. So I didn't ask questions. I didn't think I should. Because for me, that I consider that prime, you know. Um, yeah, so another set of new pain started, and I was going to different hospitals, went to all hospitals, did tests, did everything. The brand new baby, I was breastfeeding, carrying this person, and they didn't know what it was. I was really tired. I had this baby. I That's when I started asking for my mother. And this man would say, "Oh, why do you want to call your mother after all the evil that has been done to you and stuff like that?" Or once you start talking about your family, it's as if their madness is trying to come upon you, and I'd retract, and concentrate on my child. I did not have any help
Mm.
for a long while. My mother is here. My mother should have come to do Omugo. He blocked it. Instead, he flew his own mother from Nigeria to come here. And she was not pleasant. Sometimes I'd catch the woman eyeing me. I never understood. Why is this woman eyeing me? I've never disrespected her till today. From the onset, I was, okay, my mother is not coming. Okay, let me accept his own mother. You know, I did everything, kneeling down. I'm Igbo. So, well, my tribe doesn't really do all that, you know,
Yeah, you
but I
don't
was
kneel
just
down.
to make her happy, you know.
Let me ask you this. Before all
Yes.
this, before you got to the time that you married him, apart from, did you ever meet anybody that knows him? Because
No,
obviously
because
you're in the US now, you don't know his family. Did you meet
I did
anybody that
not.
knows this man?
Well, I spoke to, I made, I tried to speak to his sister, his junior sister, who's about what, 6 or 7 months older than me. But she didn't really, she didn't, uh, she didn't point, she won't say that her brother is bad or stuff like that, you know.
So you
Um,
spoke to only
the,
one
the,
member of his family, his sister,
yes,
in Nigeria.
yes. She
Okay.
actually visited, but even during that visit, how, I saw a different person. She came to do Omugo, you know, but it wasn't Omugo. She was.
How
I
many
was
people
still
did this
cooking and carrying.
Omugo? His mother came, his sister came. Is it his own family that are doing
The sister,
Omugo?
her sister came first. His sister came first, then his mother. But even the sister's visit, I was not being helped. She came with her adopted daughter, and I was nursing my child everywhere she wanted to go to the shops. She would call me to come and drive her to the store, to the, what do you call it, to the shops.
The
And,
shop,
you
yeah.
know,
Mm.
yes, and he quite
Omugo is
didn't
always
like it.
better, except you have no mother or sister who can help. The woman's family is always better to do Omugo because you
He
can talk to
blocked
your
it.
mother, you can get your mother or your family member to do things that you can't ask your in-laws to do, except you have no mother or maybe they cannot come or you don't have an elder sister. Some people have, they are lucky they have, in-laws that, they can. But usually when your mother-in-law comes to do or your sister-in-law comes to do a mugo, it's not always very, because you are walking,
Yeah.
it's like you're walking on eggshells. You are the one that's just giving birth. You are the one they should come and
Yes.
look after, but you end up looking after them.
Exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. Eventually, the come and drive me here, come and drive me here got so bad, and he said he was, you know, honestly, he was in pain, but he refused it. He was like, "You just had a child. Where are you driving her? Why can't she wants to go somewhere? Let her get a cab." It's resulted in them having the fisticuffs. They almost what do you call it? I was really frightened. I eventually took my son and we went to the room and I closed the door, you know. In pain, he actually put his sister in her place, and it resulted in a lot, her feeding the mother a whole lot of negative stuff about me.
So let's give
The
that to
mother
him.
came,
He did that good.
yes, yes,
A man that can
yes,
stand up for his wife and defend his wife, that's a positive thing. So when people do some good things, we need to call it out. That is
yes,
very, very good. The fact that he didn't allow his
yes,
sister to walk all over you and turn you to a
yes.
model, like you are her house girl. The fact that this man was ill. So people always, no matter how mongo package somebody is, they still have some good in them. So he stood up
Um,
and told his sister,
yeah,
this is not going to happen. So that's good.
yeah.
That's really good. Okay. So
Eventually,
what?
uh, the mother came, and a few days later, she left. Um,
Why?
but no, she came, and the sister left shortly after the mother came. But obviously, she had said a whole lot of negative things. So the mother came looking to fight and stuff like that. When before the sister came, I was like, listen, even if it's an inflatable mattress, let's get it for her and her daughter, but he didn't agree. It was a single seat sofa bed. You know, I really, in all honesty, felt bad about it. You know, So she must have complained about that. The mother was asking me when she came, oh, how come? I said, it's not me. I actually suggested buying sofa bed, but your son refused. Said, okay, you're not the one to blame. So there were little angles where she was looking to catch me out, but I give God the glory. All those things did not happen. What happened was there was this thing. She wanted me to start calling his junior sister, the sisters, and the junior brother, who I'm even older than, auntie, brother, and all that.
Okay, so you don't
I
need to
thought,
tell me his
oh,
tribe. I already know he's a Yoruba man. This is what they do in
no,
their
no, he's
place.
not. He's not. He's Edo.
He's Edo.
He's Edo.
You
Yes.
don't say, my Edo. And he
Yeah.
wanted you to be calling the younger ones by
The
uncle
mother.
and
That is
sister.
what the mother, not him. His mother,
Wow.
not him. So I was a bit, how she called me to the kitchen and she was telling me that. I was like, oh, okay. So your last born, who I'm older than, his wife, is that how she relates to everybody else, your son and all her senior ones? She said, oh, that's a different case. So that
That's
really
not Edo culture.
irritated
Is
me.
the mother Edo as well?
Yes.
Wow, I'm
Sister
shocked.
B, I'm building up to something.
Go ahead.
So this man, I relayed it to him. I said, I don't understand. I don't do this in my family. I'm not sure I can relate it. It's not normal. So he
Yeah.
had an exchange with he had a one-on-one with his mom. Why would you want her to do this? We don't do that in our family. His mother was like, if she couldn't, if she didn't want it, why didn't she come back to the kitchen where we are and tell me no? Which, if I had done, it would have, she was looking for where to pick something to catch me out. So if I had denied and said that in the kitchen, that would have been a setup to say, oh, I've done something against her. He eventually called his sister in England and also relayed to the sister. I was like, why would their mother suggest this? So she was angry for a couple of days. Just to placate her, and I didn't want anybody to be upset. I said, please, let's go kneel down. No, you had an argument over me with your mom. Let's go kneel down and beg her and everything. We begged her. She was accusing him of being whatever. She eventually left. The place we were staying was not good. It was it was not good, honesty. To raise a little child there, who know, there were little, sometimes you almost step on a snake and stuff like that. That's Florida for you. So the thought of maybe putting my son down to crawl on the carpet, and then anyway, we built the house. Something happened during the day of title on the house. I found it strange. I didn't understand it. On the day of the title, the title of the house, the man says whose name is going to be, with names, or whose name is going to be on the property.
Yeah.
This man, and again, we went to look for insurance.
Uh-huh.
I was a student, so it's my student permit, and having a child was on those grounds that they started building. But then we had to get a mortgage. So what me being a student was not sufficient because I was not working, and I just was a new mother.
So did you say you
So
built the house from scratch in Florida?
yes,
Or wow,
yes,
bought the
yes,
land and
yes,
built it.
yes.
Wow. That's one thing I
Um,
love about
eh,
America. You can build. Hmm.
yes.
Okay.
So we went for the insurance, went to found an insurance company. The mother has a ticketing company, so she has an IATA license. So on that ground, they granted mortgage. But in the property, on the with the insurance company, something the lady said that because I went with him and our new child, so she looked at the documents. The Spanish lady looked at me, asked questions. That was because I found out it was because of me the house was being built. Even if what do you call it? It's your family home, so your mother's name should not be on the insurance. Yes, you may have gotten the mortgage via because of your mother's license, but it is your family home, so it is your wife's name that should be there. If anywhere, maybe the mother's name somewhere.
So
So the
whose
day
name
of the
was put in
signing,
it? Just to
um,
summarize.
yes, eventually on the day of the signing, I found it strange that he said, oh, his name, because of his health and stuff like that, his mother's name was going to be there along with my own.
Was
You
his mother
know,
living in
I
America now with you guys? Or
no, no, no. So that's, again, it was both of us. It was just only us, I didn't have any family member. And I don't know maybe there's a law where you don't question. As he said, that is what the person pens down. So they had his mother and I sign 50-50 on the property. He
okay.
gets better, and but I forgot to tell you, most of the time during the pregnancy, I was alone. I
Hmm.
was alone. He only came a few days to the birth. Even when I had fibroid surgery in 2010, a few days or 2 days before the surgery, he took off.
So he was still coming
I
and going. He wasn't permanent in the US.
no, no,
Somebody asked a
no.
very, very important question. I missed it, but I remember it. And the
Yes,
question the person asks is that during this period, since you met this benefactor of yours that, eventually married
yes.
you, did you date him? Like, were you going out on dates, to dinner, or having fun? Did you do any fun things together? Because I've not seen anything to indicate that you were even dating at all.
Like I said, I wasn't. It was towards the uh, what do you call it? When it started getting better in 2012, it started professing interest and stuff like that. When I had a valedictory service, what do you call it? He left whatever he was doing. He came for it. When it's transformed into a relationship in 2012, yes. But otherwise, he was sick. And prior to that, like I said, he had a girlfriend who sometimes he'll call me from Dubai or he'll be in Switzerland and stuff like that. Uh, yes, if
Who
that
was paying the
answers the
mortgage?
question. When the house was built, he started sending the mortgage money from Nigeria. Obviously, I wasn't working. I didn't have any help. It was just me raising my son alone. When I needed help, I could not get, and the people that even came looked, a little bit, and they had a reason to leave. So, like till now, I have always taken care of my son, which is actually what. Thank God for it because it saved me a lot during the court case, the divorce court case. Now we're married. It now swings into a lot of verbal abuse. You're stupid, you're daft, you're mad. I started asking for help for family, and it was so bad. Eventually, she's late now. I've something I said last week during the either before the pastor who married us. As a church I used to attend. A pastor who married us, his mother turned uh, 70 and they went to a retreat or they went, whatever they call it, to Jerusalem. And pastor came back and he's Italian and said, his mother and him have a peculiar relationship. I didn't know what to make of that, in all honesty. I didn't know what to think. What's that supposed to mean? And I didn't ask. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, mother and son, favorite son, no problem. I didn't know what you call it. So now back to
When you knew
back
you had a
to,
girlfriend, let me ask
yes,
you this quickly before we proceed, because
yes,
I'm trying to summarize the story because of time.
yes,
When you knew
yes.
he had a girlfriend and the girlfriend was calling you,
No, she
what?
never called me. She never
Okay,
called me.
she was calling him, or you knew? You knew. What happened? Did you
Yeah,
take it up with him? Did you ask him? How did you
but I
handle
was
that?
not in a relationship with him, so I wouldn't do that.
I mean,
He
after
had
you got married, after
No,
you got
then it
married.
was just me. To the best of my knowledge, it was just me. He broke up. According, he broke up with her. I don't know. He was we got married. I don't know. Um, I wasn't checking his phone then. To the best of my
No,
knowledge, they had broken up.
no,
I
I thought you
wasn't.
said he had girlfriends later on, during after you got married,
No,
that he
no,
was
no.
traveling and going to Dubai and things like that.
That's at the beginning. That's the same girlfriend that he was with at what do you call it? At the beginning, yes.
So he still carried on dating her. They didn't break up.
That's the person that when they broke up, started calling her a witch. Started calling her the witch when they broke
Okay,
up, and now started tilting. He what do you call that? He fell sick. He became limp. He's getting better. Started professing love towards me, and then the marriage, and we
okay,
built the
so
house, and then we're
okay,
here. Yes,
okay, because you are
yes,
going back and forth. I understand that you're nervous, so
yes.
just calm down, okay? I know this is
Yeah.
not easy for you, okay?
Yeah.
Just calm down, take a sip
So
of water. You're doing very well. When
yeah.
did I mean, things got very bad that led to why the marriage ended?
Um, I had finished school, a program of 2 years that should have finished in 2012 took an extra 3 years. And then it was so bad. She's late now. She was much older than me. If Jean was alive now, she'd be hitting 60 right now. But when I met her, I didn't even know she was sick. So she took so much interest in me and felt so bad that I was always left alone with the baby. So she came and stayed with me. And she was always very quiet and she was ailing. I did not know. um, she eventually left, and this man was not, I didn't understand, this man wasn't very happy that I got help. My son was now in daycare. I started showing interest of wanting to work and stuff like that. I started getting so many outbursts of, why do you want to work? I didn't ask you to help me. Are you know okay? It's being somebody who's been independent, it was starting to get really uncomfortable. I can't reach my family. You won't let me do this or do that. 2015, that same 2015, when I graduated, my my brother and his wife did Shangri and they came to this house. They came and visited. I started telling him I was pleased when they came because I had not seen them since 2007. So that break in the hold, was when my brother came by all means to see me, saw me alone in the house with a little baby. Um, um, so shortly after, they came for a weekend and then they left. My Me being very delusional and stuff like that. So I said, "Oh, said he was going to, when he gets big money, he's going to file for green card for me." I was saying that with all confidence because I believed everything and I was alone, But my brother, being a man, um, kind of broke through, didn't quite was not comfortable with, oh, when I get money I'm going to get some visa that will help you get a green card. I believed all that, but my brother in 2015, thankfully, he filed for me. This man was not happy, um, and I let him know, oh, my brother came and visited. He was not happy when my brother came and visited. I could hear, I remember the grumbling in his voice. No, no, sir. Go. I'll call you later. Please. Thank you. You know, um, that was the day, that was when Skype was, what do you call it? So he called and, my brother was asking for my details. I was surprised. This is the person who said he was going to file for do whatever, and get some visa that will enable me get a break into the system and work and stuff like that. Started asking my brother, oh, please file for me as well. Oh. My brother said, no, that's not how it works. You have to wait for that. He has to wait for my green card to come out before I now file for him. So that's being a cover of necessity. He was very quiet. Anyway, things got so bad. Suddenly there was now this need of I didn't understand it. He did not give me reasons why he wanted my name off the property to put our son's name on the property as a 70% holder, while his mother, who lives in Nigeria, the name was still on the property. So it became a tussle. The more I asked, nothing was happening. He's not giving me answers. Suddenly, what do you call it? He would start withholding funds. I'd call him, say, oh, the 3-month mortgage, you haven't paid for it and stuff like that. The bank is thinking of foreclosing on the house. So saying, oh, he doesn't have money and stuff like that. Or perhaps we should sell the car, yada, yada, yada. Sometimes the shouting was the verbal abuse was so bad. He was like a barking Rottweiler, and I'd have to switch off. I have to go off Skype to calm down. This is what my little child saw. He would come, people would be making repairs. He did not care. He would be abusing me, because I refused to get sign off my own half, my name off the property.
For him to sell it.
How do you want me? Yes. He's moved now.
Yeah. So I just want to ask, because let me ask you this, Johnny Divine. All these years, I don't know how many years you were together. You went to school. How long did the school take you to graduate?
A program that was meant to end in 2012, ended in 2015 after the marriage, and I had a child.
Yeah. Okay. So was it the one that was, and you didn't work all this time?
No, because there was no help. Who was going to watch my son? Even when I asked for help, some shoddy person will come. I would still have to monitor the person.
Yeah. So was it the one? Was it giving? What I'm getting at is,
yes.
Was it responsible for your upkeep all this period?
Yes. Okay. Yes, and I didn't like it. I got being refused. You can't work. So that's why I heard of. I had started seeing YouTube. So for some reason I registered in 2012, but I started. I took matters into my hand. I started making videos after my son had let me start making this money. In all honesty, YouTube even started sending me they sent the first code, and then I was monitoring. I remember the first amount of money I never cashed it. It was I was looking at it, and the system was say $5 or $10 or something, So I was really encouraged. Okay, let me start making money. I was even so happy I told him about it, So I didn't know he was not happy, and it ground to a halt. It ground to a halt. Even when
yeah, let me come in there. Well done, my dear. Well done. Drink water. We're going to summarize the rest of the story now. I want to say something here before you complete the story, because now we're getting to the part.
Yes.
This is what led to the divorce, right? This is what led to why the marriage ended, right? Okay.
Yes.
I understand. Yes. I mean, so all of you in the comment section that you are complaining, please, you don't know what it means to put yourself out there and talk about your own life. It's not an easy thing to do. And that's why we ask for patience and empathy. The reason why you are here is because some of you want to do a lofofo to come and hear another person's story. It's not because you really care. The real Obodo fam that are here, that understand how we do this, they know. We don't judge. So somebody is telling a story, and you are complaining. What are you complaining about, for goodness sake? This is somebody's life. Please, Joe, I'm in a good mood, because of what happened to Amina. yesterday. Emma gbé wàhálà yín wá lálẹ́ yìí o. I'm not interested in that. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. This is somebody's life. You
I'm
think it's easy to put yourself out there? So you want, is it like a book? Is it like a story that you've written that it all has to make sense to you? What is your business? If you don't like it and the story is not making sense, get out of my studio, man. Just get out. Somebody is suffering and they are doing the best that they can to articulate themselves, to share their pain. You are here complaining. You have no right to do that. It's not your life. Bumi, I'm going to make you admin. Yeah, I
I'm so
will.
sorry. I'm
No, don't
very
be. No, 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 no.
traumatized.
Yeah.
The worst
There's
of
something
it
I
has
wanted to
happened.
say. Yeah, hold on. Well, I wanted to say something, my darling. You get to that. I wanted to bring out a lesson there because why you started the story, you told us about your job, how you were able to take your mom to the
Yes,
US. You were traveling, you
yes,
were living your best life. You were a career woman,
yes,
but you were also very
yes,
naive because you were a church girl, right?
yes, yes,
So the
yes,
lesson I want to bring out there is that don't your financial power is finances or having ability to earn an income is power.
yes,
Don't lose it. You see, the reason why you were so vulnerable is because you had no income. You had
yes,
no income and you had no family or friends. So you were
yes.
completely dependent on him. And that's why I was
He
asking you
made
that
it. He
question
made it
about
so.
how,
Yes,
yeah, I was asking you those questions about how you were fending all these years.
he kept.
So
I had to
because,
let him know when the funds were low. I had
mhm,
to remind him when the mortgage was time for mortgage.
yes,
Even the even he sent the mortgage and he would send the bills, and then the rest would be money to take care of
yes,
um the
yeah,
child, and whatever I could get for myself.
yeah,
I, from whatever he sent, I would get little things, which I
yeah,
did, but that wasn't really well, that wasn't what I wanted. But
yeah,
because he had become very abusive now, and
mhm,
he was really that terrible. So I couldn't reach anybody. Even when my family eventually started reaching out to me, I dared not. He was quick to remind me of, oh, this, and call me abusive words and tell me I'm mad, or that my family madness is trying to catch me and call, a lot of, like I said, I had to shut down the system. I felt very beholden to this man, you know.
mhm,
So I dared not make a move
mhm,
um, without his knowledge. Um, Again, I was alone here.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, it,
so eventually, just to, in 20, me, the issue of me refusing to sign over my own half of the property
mhm.
resulted in me getting beaten up in 2017. Um, my son had already started going to school at this time, so I had more time to myself. I didn't really need a help. This is when they now decided to bring one woman from Nigeria. I said, we don't need anybody anymore. We just need to get somebody who will help with ironing the clothes,
What? So
washing
you
and
still
all.
didn't get a job at this point?
No, I never did.
Why?
My only break was YouTube, and he shut it down.
So is there a reason? Did he say you shouldn't work, or I know you couldn't
It,
work when your son was young.
yes,
Oh,
my green card hadn't materialized. My brother at that time didn't file for a work permit for me.
okay, okay.
And I was neck deep in abuse. After that, it was difficult for him to. One thing,
Yeah.
it was as if he just made it possible to file for green card, as if he knew hell was going to let loose, not somewhere down the line.
So
Um,
immigration issues was part of it as well. Okay.
yes, yes,
Okay. Go ahead. I understand
um,
now. I understand.
yes. So there was an insurance lawyer who was a neighbor, so I was able to ask him so and so and so and so. Do I what am I right? Am I supposed to sign over my rights to the house and stuff like that? He said, "Did you partake in it? Did you build it?" I said, "Yes." I chose the colors to the building. Most of the time, when the property was being built, he was not around, or he was around. I was having to drive to do stuff. Even after the house was finished, I had to leave our son with him to go to Home Depot to buy paint and drive down and drop it here for the painters. That's how much I had put into this house. Even when
Yeah.
even when the paint was finished, I got things like, he said to me, the paint on the house had better be nice, otherwise you have it hot with me. Only for him to come, and he was pleasantly surprised with the paint colors indoors. His mother, I didn't know his mother was displeased with the house being built, apparently his mother had been looking for, was the person behind getting my name off the property. I'm jumping. So eventually I got beaten up. They brought somebody when I now didn't need any help. She was now leaving. She happened to be in my tribe, so she came and eventually she said to me that these people are wicked. What they told me about you is not what I'm seeing. So like I said, I had been beaten twice. The worst one was during Hurricane Irma. The first one was I had misplaced my phone, doing everything. The person who they brought was not doing anything, just trying to iron some clothes, and that was it. They were paying her. Imagine the shock. Find out they were giving her a stipend, and I wasn't getting any. And I was like, how come you're paying this person and you're not giving me any? It was like, oh, whatever you can get from, whatever you can get from the money sent to you, that's fine. That was humiliating. I started saying, okay, let me go back to school. I've managed to find this. If I go to the local college here and inquire, we went to school with a child, and they just said, oh, you need 25K and stuff like that. I said, okay, he was going to go and come back. This man went to Nigeria, came back empty-handed, giving reasons and stuff like that. I was so livid, he chose his family against us, his family, Again, I was not seeing red flags. I didn't have anybody, to tell me these are, organized. I didn't
Why are you
have
not talking to
anybody
your
at all.
mother? Why were you not talking to your mother?
It's
Is it a different matter, or is it relating
it's
to
a
your
different
marriage to him?
it's
Okay.
a different, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes,
If
it was
if you don't want
different.
to
So
share,
I'm
that's
just trying
fine.
to stick to the,
Yeah, that's
yes.
fine. That's fine. Because I'm wondering,
So if
because your mother is in the
yes,
US, your sister is there, your brother is
yes,
there,
he
and for you to
blocked me,
feel this
and
level of isolation is
yes,
really sad. Yeah.
yes. It is the truth, and it is what is going on. I didn't. Okay. Eventually, usually when his mother is coming, he'll tell me my mother is coming and everything. I will prepare myself and stuff like that. He had beaten me that year in 2017. And I was living under a lot of fear. I dared not report. I did not call the police. I was, had
Why?
seen a beast of a man. I was really scared. I
Was he
was really
well
scared.
now? He's well enough now to beat
He
someone.
was well enough. Oh, when he was beating me up, he was calling me his ex-wife's name. So that was another shock. And then when
Oh
he beat me
my.
up, it was the day of the hurricane. I was so, when somebody beats you up and you have to stop resisting, because, if you continue, you might not make it. So my son was watching while I was being beaten up. And the person they brought apparently was trying to tell him to stop. That was how intense it was. And eventually my son was able to pry free from her thoughts, according to the woman, because I had put myself in a fetal position. So my son thought his father was playing with me. So apparently the boy came and tried to join and everything, and he was knocked backwards and hit his head on the cold tile floor.
Why
Eventually,
why didn't you call the police?
first of all, it was during I tried to run out for help. In my first time in my life, that thing they see in cartoons where somebody gets punched and you start seeing double, that was the first time that thing happened to me. So I couldn't, where I thought I was looking at the knob was not the knob. I was full of fear. they had said, if you're calling for help, you're not going to get any help. So I was just going to run out and just run. Whatever happened to me, but he was able to get to me because I couldn't get the right handle. After that, I did try to make a call. I was staggering. I couldn't see properly. Got all the cell phones in the house, got the lady to block the exit, put me down on a chair and sat on me. I was now begging for air, trying to push him up, so to try and get free again. My son was busy asking, "Mommy, what is going on?" I
And
told him everything is okay.
this was all because you refused to give up your share of the house for him to sell it.
Yes.
Okay. So how
He
did you
told me,
escape, or how did you save yourself that day?
I there was a power outage, and like I said, it didn't make sense calling because nobody was going to come. When a hurricane is coming, you hear the alarm, you say, take shelter, and what do you call it? The policeman will not risk their lives because they too, they are human beings.
Yes.
So there was power outage, and it was just, I was telling him, oh, this marriage is over, because for me, though I didn't know how intense things were, I wasn't going to take anybody hitting me, So I was still being bullied and shouted at, go up here, sit here, I was scared of being killed,
So you said that there was something you said just now that you
Yes,
set alarm bells. I already know that there's something going
yes,
on with the ex or the exes.
yes.
You said he was calling you the names of the exes, some names that he had called
His
the exes.
ex-wife, his ex-wife. He was calling me the name of the ex-wife. So I was like,
Hmm.
if you're doing this to me, you know, it was the ex-wife really a bad person? The questions started coming in, and I've never had any man beat me like this, not even my late father. So something was terribly wrong. I knew I had to go. I already couldn't take it with the um vehement verbal abuse. I was really praying to God, God, I need help. I need a way out. This man, this is too much. It's not good for this boy. Sometimes you hear, I'll tell him, please stop shouting at me in front of this boy. It's very, very bad. Okay. Eventually I had surgery again, second fibrous surgery I'm jumping, on the 21st of December 2017. Um, he was trying to make it in before the surgery, abusing me all the way. I didn't understand it. I surely did not want anybody around me like that at this time. I had gained access to my to my.
You can't hear her anymore.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. Did a call come in?
Yes. No, the phone kind of went off for a
Okay.
second.
Okay.
So um,
This is quite heavy stuff. I
my
can imagine. I didn't even go through it and I'm traumatized just listening to you. So I can imagine
um,
why this is a big struggle for you to narrate.
um,
Well done. Well done, dear.
so
Mm.
sorry, it's really traumatizing. I have not gotten any help. Um, I he with all the abuse, he wanted to be present when I was going for the surgery. I didn't want that. As God will have it, he missed his flight. He came in, he was stuck in Atlanta on the morning of my surgery. And he was like, I dare not leave that house without him. I said, it's not a party we're going for. It is a surgery, and they have called me. I left an hour earlier for that surgery. He was like, hey, you're going to go on your own for it. I said, well, remember the first one, you left me. So this second one is not anything. The person you brought is in the house with our little child. So that's how I went for surgery. And they sent me back home. So I was left on the chair with my meds. Um,
And
he was still,
you still didn't call your mother.
I wasn't really coherent. I wasn't coherent. I was from the hospital, was from surgery room straight home.
So, I mean, one thing I can pick out from here is that no matter what issue you have with your family member, especially your parent, if you are going through something like this, forget about what the issue is, call them. Because trust me, your mother is your mother, no matter what. I know, I mean, I don't know what happened, and that's not relevant to this, but
Yeah.
if she's a good mother, because there are some mothers that are narcissists. I'm not saying yours is,
Yeah.
but I've heard some really scary stories about some mothers. But a good mother or a good sibling will jump on the next available plane, especially because they're already in the US. They'll get in the next available car and they will be by your side, if only to take you away to their home for respite. So, I mean, it's just so incredulous that all these years you were suffering so much abuse and you had relative in the US. This man didn't even live in Nigeria, but he managed to keep you there. He was coming and going, and was all this was going on,
Yes.
and you had no help.
Yes.
That is the
No.
scary part of it. So it's like you just sat there, and you were waiting. Anytime it comes, the wahala will continue again. Then it will go.
Yes. It
It
was
will
always a
come.
relief when he left. Yes.
Oh,
So the lady, so when I had so shortly after I had surgery, I noticed that he wouldn't let me come upstairs. He was like, "Oh, are you going up to the bedroom?" I said, "Yes, that's my matrimonial, but do you have a problem with it?" He'll keep quiet. The woman had started complaining, "You need to call your family, you need to reach out to your family. The mother is coming, the mother is coming." I didn't understand it because the woman was always coming. Why are you telling me mother is coming and he's not telling me? Something he said to me when he beat me up, he said, "I will kill you and cut you up to pieces and nothing will come out of it."
no
You
baton.
know? So, you know, so eventually I think it was 2 or 3 days before the mother came. This woman, she'll be calling this supposed help, to check on things, you know. But she'll come and tell me, "I've just gotten off the phone with this man's mother. She's coming. You need to go. You need to go." It got so bad. Um, I had to, at the time he was shouting so bad, so much. I had to call the police. He was so adamant on. He had gone to go and meet a lawyer to get a quick deed in my name. When he was sleeping, I was able to fish it out because he left it carelessly, and I read it. I took pictures of it. I sent to my brother's wife and my sister, so I flashed through it. It was saying, "Oh, that I release my name from the property to put 70% in my son's name, and if something happens to my son, that 70% would be given to his mother and his junior brother." So everybody now started becoming worried. Come
So
February 2018, yes, come January 2nd, 2018, this supposed help said, "You have to leave today." So I called my sister in Boston. I said, "Let's see what this person is saying." you know so this person, so they were like, you need to leave, you need to leave. I was like, "No, I'm not going to." I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, "I'm not going to go. I'll wait for him to leave. He'll soon leave, then I can take my belongings and go." Anyway, I got what do you call it? I didn't leave that day. It was the following day. He was very quiet. He was very quiet. I've forgotten what he got served by the ex-wife. I think I remember. He got served by the ex-wife, and he made me stagger to the door to go and see who was at the door. Told me I had no clue what was going on. He told me, "Oh, tell the person I'm not around." I had just I had just come out of surgery, a few days, but he made me go to the door and do that. So I went and talked to the person. I
you know
was
you can
still
say no. Do you know
I
you can
didn't
say
know
no?
anything. I
Hell,
did not say no. I didn't
you
know. I
can.
didn't. This is
You don't need to obey.
that's
Your husband is not your father. And even to your father, you can say no. Ladies, please
no. But
learn to say
this
no
this
to some
person
things.
was this person. I can't begin to tell you how under this man's control I was. Everything he said I would do. He even called me upstairs. I was downstairs. From the surgery, I didn't even sleep on my bed, you know. So there's something sketchy going on. I had a lot of anesthesia in my body, you know, so I was not even allowed to rest. They brought a mattress downstairs for me. He slept on the mattress. My son even fell asleep on it. Eventually, he woke up at night and looked around and found I was still sleeping on a chair. My son came and snuggled beside me on a chair. When I even came back from the hospital, he said to me, he sat beside me, and my son had control of the phone. He was taking pictures, which I have on the phone. He said to me, "Oh, okay, welcome." Or that he's here to take control of his property. I didn't understand. I said, "Oh, okay." I don't understand what that was all about, but I didn't say anything. This is what he said to me during when I just shortly 5 minutes. I just been thrown into the chair. And he sat beside me, and that's what he said.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well
the
done.
day, 2 days,
So
a day or 2
hold
days
on, hold
before
on.
his okay.
Let me interject because I mean I know these are all relevant, but there's so much that happened, and we've done almost 2 hours now. So we're gonna get to why you left. But before we get to why you left and why I mean
Yes.
the help that you need, you know,
Yes.
I want to say this: fighting over a property, I never encourage it. I don't. I don't because people have been deleted because of property. I know you said that, you know, you were basically the one that physically built the property. He paid for it,
Yes.
right? I'm not saying it's not your
Yes.
house,
Yes.
but it's not worth it. So the learning
Yes.
that I am giving people, yeah, now who they live, now they build house, oh, now who they live, now they buy house, now you know, don't fight anybody. If you're a woman, your health and your well-being comes first. Do not
Yes.
fight because of property. If I was your friend and I was in your life at that point, I would advise you, oh yeah, pack your load, take your child,
Uh,
and leave. I
at
will.
that time,
I will.
I had,
Honestly, because no, let me finish. I know what I'm saying. It might seem
yes,
unfair. People will say, after all, he's your husband. We both own it. It doesn't matter. Do you know what God has in stock for you tomorrow?
that's
So don't
true.
fight. Your life is more important. You see, what I'm saying from the story you are telling now, your life was in danger, but still you didn't
Very
even think
much.
about leaving because of house.
Yeah, no,
What is house?
I didn't even understand because I was just getting a lot of shouting and shouting. Explain to me, calm down and talk to me. What is
No,
the
he
reason?
kept
I
telling
was
you,
not
my
getting.
darling. He kept telling you that he wants to sell the house, but you were resisting.
He wasn't
He
trying to
asked,
sell the house. He just wanted to collect it.
yes, so that he can do whatever he wants with it.
Yeah.
And he was willing to
Um,
basically buy you. I'm not saying it's right, my dear. I'm not blaming you. You know, because information is power, and the knowledge that we have will help us to make informed decisions, right? I'm just talking now
yes.
generally to people that are listening. I'm not blaming you. Yoruba say, "Unwaye yi o ma baye lo ni." All these earthly things. There are people
Yeah.
that have estates, they have houses. Did you hear the story of the man in Nigeria the other day that was building Femi Fourscore? How many of you heard the story? He's on top of
Yes.
the
Yes.
the man, the house. He fell into that house and he was
Yes.
deleted in that house. Do you know how many
Yes.
properties that man have? Do you
Hmm.
know how many houses that man has? So my point is, Joe, I'm begging you guys, ladies especially, because we are more vulnerable. If your life is at risk, don't fight for property. Don't fight for house. Leave. Leave to fight another day. Go somewhere else. Then you can now get your legal representative or whatever. Because if you are deleted there, now who delete now you won't finish. Oh, that I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm
So
making sense. People might not agree with me, but
yes.
this is my personal stand about it. Because
Yes.
I felt like your life was so much. I don't think you even understand the danger you were in.
I did not. I did not
Hey,
because I was still
that day
telling
of
them
the
I wasn't
hurricane, he
going
could
to
have
leave.
tied you there. He could have tied you there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hey,
Um. So this woman that they brought started telling me, started pushing, I must leave. You need to call. She was so restless. You need to call your family. So half cynical, half a bit worried. I started asking, I picked up the phone. I called my sister in Boston. I said, see what this person is saying. She was like, you need to get out of that house right now. I didn't leave that day. I left the following afternoon, and I did not tell him I was I did not tell him I was trying to run. Obviously,
Yeah.
you won't say that to your abuser.
Yes,
So
don't do that.
I
You have to
left
be
with the clothes.
calculative. Mm.
Yes, I um jumped. I jumped in the car and I drove. We just kept driving up north. Um, we just kept driving up. It was raining, I told him I was going to go and buy okra from a local store so I can cook soup. He was like,
Yes.
okay. It had turned into a case of, you need to tell me where you're going. You're going to poo. You're going to this. Even after he beat me up, I had to take permission to go to the bathroom. I had to take permission. I said, oh, and stylishly ask him after he beat me up. I said, oh, can I just have a look at the phone? Let me see what let me see how the weather is. Oh, please, I'm just going to the bathroom. When I went to the bathroom, I just took pictures of all the, all the places he had hit me. Obviously, he had turned, I'd had an ischemic reaction. So there was red in places, my butt, everywhere. So I took those pictures. I was able to eventually go down I'm going downstairs with the phone. Let me just I eventually took the phone and gave it back to him, but he didn't know I had taken pictures and given him back the phone. So I forgot to say that there was a time my brother invited me before the surgery to come to Maryland, and I had called to let him know about it, and I have that recording. He was refusing that I would leave the house. He was not here. It was in Nigeria, backing, and I have that recording. Anything that has to do with immigration, that my body will be doing Paulina. That what is it? You need to consult your husband, wada, and things like that.
You're
And
a good girl. If it's some women, your husband will be in Nigeria, you'll be telling him, you call him in Nigeria to tell him you are traveling within America. Some will not even tell. They will go and come back. They don't even care. That's just to show the kind of person that you are. You are not. You were very,
can
very
you hear
naive.
this?
Yeah.
I look at it as a testimony. I look at it as a testimony.
Mm.
Okay, this is done. Let me consult my
Hello?
husband. Yes. So that was me telling him I was trying to go, and my brother's trying to fix a tax ID for me. And you can see how volatile he was. I eventually had to break free, packed my things, and I went to where my brother was, and that's where I signed the documents for me to get
This one
property.
is proper Edo Juju. This is a Edo Juju person. Honestly.
That's what everybody says.
Mm.
That's what everybody says.
It's Edo Juju. And
So
I want to believe that part of the manipulation that he and his mother did on you was spiritual as well. Because you are a smart
yes.
girl. You are a professional girl, a woman. How were you so subdued? I knew you were abused, but it's like you couldn't even think to do anything. You were just
Sister
so.
B, ever since he left, I've been cleaning off things I don't know. I've been sweeping off things that have been in the house. Thank God for prayer. Anyway, this is
So
what do
you
you call
left.
it?
You left the house that
I
day.
left. I ran. Yeah, I drove far. I wasn't permitted to drive, but I drove with anesthesia. I have my son at the back. It was raining. We drove up north, and then I called my sister's friend. They got my sister's friend to call me. I didn't even know I had people here, but this is how this man tied me down, and it was her calling, she was an immigration lawyer. So didn't you know I was here? I said, I didn't know anybody, So I shouldn't have been in this situation, but it was my driving away and everybody from everywhere trying to get across to me. So I called, so she was now driving with me. She told me where to go, the police station to go to. I went there, it was closed. I now had to dial 911 from where I drove to a McDonald's. I drove to a McDonald's parking lot. It was raining. Police came and met me there. I told them, yada, yada, yada. There was my older sister's friend, who's a missionary. She drove all the way from Orlando We left the car there and she drove us all the way
Look at how
back
many
to,
relatives you have in the US. My
yes, but
goodness.
this is
That's
what
why I
this
say there's
man,
definitely juju in this thing. There's nothing anybody can tell me,
yes,
especially because the
yes.
mother is involved.
Yes. So, and I, when I eventually came back to the house, my things were missing, my clothes were missing. She was always asking for my son's picture. Even when I hid it, this man knew where to go and find the picture. The shock of it. How did you know the thing was there? You were not in the house when I hid this thing. He made sure he left with the little boy's picture.
So
I'm just jumping.
let's get to the divorce now. You've done two hours. Your
Yes.
story
I
is
was in
really
my
long.
brother's, yes,
How
I
did you
was in my
manage to
brother's
divorce
place.
him? And why are you still in
It's
the
not,
house if you are divorced?
he di-
Or are you not
he
divorced yet?
divorced. We're not divorced. There's a ongoing divorce.
Hmm.
I was in my brother's place for safety. He sent retired FBI agents who were monitoring my every move. That was frightening. Then I got served in my brother's place. Scary looking uniformed agents came and served. I came and knocked. My brother told me, well, not to leave the house, you know. Um, he was paying people to follow my every move, everywhere I
Hmm.
went. Even when I went to stay somewhere, you
Hmm.
know, I was followed, you know, on marked cars. Eventually, when we came back to the house,
Why did
when
you
we
come
came back to
back?
the, because the he wasn't looking good in court about it. That, oh, I had left and he hadn't secured any accommodation, and I don't know what him and his mother had done. So if you know, rather than, he did as if, oh, we're looking for accommodation and stuff like that. He coerced the person who he sent to come and help my son and I around. And my brother's place wasn't particularly comfortable. I eventually had to buy myself an inflatable mattress, and my son was there.
So,
Um,
so
it
while he
was
was
an
there,
impromptu thing.
yeah, so you came back while he was still in the property.
He had, he started paying for us to stay in hotels, and but that was all part of trickery. Hotel in where my brother was, and then had to, and I started developing pains because I didn't go for post surgery checkup. My
Hmm.
sister-in-law was not helping me. She was not understanding my the pain I was at the surgery area, you know. So eventually this man also put out money for me and my son to come back to Florida, go to the doctor, and whatnot. My son also had to see his pediatrician. My pediatrician had said he had suffered a setback. The boy who could speak Spanish could not speak. He's now on a 504 plan. The accumulation of the trauma I was going through, he was directly hit. Having
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
come and be taken from where I was all the way to Florida, coming to the house, seeing different women. I don't know what they were doing with him, but I had to, what do you call it? Also, he tried to leave the country 3 times with the boy. Thank God for immigration. Started asking where I am. You
You
know,
wanted to take your son to Nigeria.
yes, yes,
Oh my
yes.
God.
He tried to do it.
Hey.
So immigration will call me. He tried to do it once with his mother. He failed. Twice by himself. So they would call. You know. Um. So eventually he had to come back. Um. And then he came and we're staying in the hotel. He wanted us to come straight to the house. I said, I'm not going into that house. At this time, I started talking to my mother. My mother, you dare not enter that house without somebody praying. From the hotel, I found MFM. So I drive all the way to
Hey.
Miami.
Thank you,
I told
Jesus.
the pastor of the church,
Finally, a ray of
yes, I found the,
sunshine.
and this is I left in January 2018, came back in August, September, 2018 to Florida. So I started taking my to church all the way in Miami, drive there, come back. You did a lot of. Hmm.
Prayers.
Anyway, the pastor came, used anointing oil, prayed around the house. Then he left. The mode was now to get me to drop the divorce proceeding. Remember, everybody, you dare not do that. you
So
know.
he left after the pastor, after there was prayers in the house. Your husband left the house. Did he go
No, he
back to
was here, but
Nigeria?
eventually he still left, but obviously his going and coming was not good, it was not a good thing. I can't tell you in depth the things that were happening to me in the house. I'm just jumping,
Yeah, I
eventually.
know. I know.
um
You are
as
trying very
this
hard to summarize
come with my
because
chicken.
if you want
Yes.
to tell the whole story, we'll be here till tomorrow evening.
Yes, yes. The um the mediation came. That's when I realized that I thought it was 50-50. His mother will take her half and me I'll go. That was why I found out that that's 50-50. I thought it's actually 25-75. They let me know
In
the
whose
mother is
favor?
half in his favor. That, oh, if they sell the property, you're not going to get anything. My brother was like, no, okay, they need to, what do you call it? They need to, um, they need to do things right. Okay, share it 3 ways and let's, what do you call it? Let her take whatever he has. But when they calculated everything, I didn't come up with anything. And he was planning to do that and also take custody of the boy. So that is what
Did he not
disarmed
have
me.
children from his so-called witch
He
wife,
wasn't,
the ex-wife?
according to him, he won't, she blocked him from seeing the kids.
Good for her.
Um,
Good for her.
yes, I'm just jumping so fast.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
the mediation is where it hung because they said, go listen, go and talk to him, and what do you call it? He wouldn't even hear it. I said, okay, since you're not hearing, okay. I started telling him, can you at least give me money? Let me open a place where I can be doing faces because I'm a licensed paramedical assistant, and he said, oh, that's a good idea. I said, since you don't want me to work, let's step money start coming in. Let me, contribute and stuff like that. He said, oh, that's good though, and stuff like that.
Let me
That was
ask
the
you
end of
this.
it.
Let me ask you this,
Yes,
Johnny Divine. This
yes,
house, yeah, because I
yes.
don't know, is it in millions? How much is the worth of the house? Let me just ask that, if you don't mind.
Now it's almost 1 million.
It's almost a million. So
So
it's a
yes,
big house.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
I see.
So
I see.
um,
It explains a lot. And who is
yeah.
paying the mortgage now?
Apparently, when I was at my brother's place, his mother had flown and they had done a whole lot of things behind my back. It took for the ex-wife to drag me to court and accuse me of living the fast life for me to understand that they had done so much. She said, this man said the ex-wife's father was owing him 21M for a drawdown, and so he was always in and out of court, in and out of court. So according to him, the man paid 3 million. I was like, okay, at least either build a house, another house, so we can rent. Let's make income, something. Oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. And that was the end of it. So I lost track of what I was trying to say previously.
Yeah, you were
Um,
saying about how he
anyway,
came. Yeah. How did it? I
yeah,
mean, where are you now? Are you divorced or you're still in the process of the divorce?
we're still in the process of divorce. I've been in court uh, since 2018. After his own divorce, after him filing divorce against me, um, the wife now followed suit. I think she has a brother close by who was following my every move. Um, it's just last month that she dropped, what do you call it? She dropped her case against. She dropped her case against me. She was able to get judgment, um, and win half of the property. That's his
Half.
mother's half. Yes, I was being taken. She took me to court as a fraudulent person. So, and this man, we were still talking. I was still hanging on and talking to him. There was still slurs of abuse and everything, you know, but he had left, but was now communicating via phone. They served me, came back and served his mother, dragged me to court. I didn't have any lawyer for a full year. There was the first judge saw that I didn't have any, what do you call it? I didn't know what was going on, and asked them to go and serve the people and bring them to court. I was going to court. I asked this man, they've served me, serve your mom. Are you going to come? He started saying, he has angina, he has COVID and stuff. So I was now in court alone, not knowing a single thing, you know. He's a oil and gas, according to him, his father paid for him, oil and gas lawyer. His ex-wife is what do you call it? His ex-wife is a lawyer as well. So it's just me, civilian, surrounded by judges and lawyers.
So, okay, so you are not divorced. The matter is still in court, right? At the
yes,
moment.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
and is
together.
he still coming to the property?
No, he hasn't. I think the ex-wife, I don't know how the ex-wife found out. I thought it was something that maybe she had already heard or something. Like I said, I just didn't know what's going on. I assumed that she knew he had gotten married to me and just, you know, was minding herself.
He
So,
owes the ex-wife a lot of money. So she's coming
yes,
after the
yes,
house now.
yes. So she
Do
won
you
judgment for
suspect
her.
that? Yeah, do you suspect that did he make his money through his ex-wife?
Like I said, I really did not ask. I really did not ask. What he did tell me was like the ex-wife's father and him were joint owners in an oil company that he had started, you know. So this is a person I've come to find is a covert narcissist. Covert narcissists will remove you from people, cloud your judgment, and start feeding you their own story. I don't know this woman. She comes in here, I don't know what she looks like, you know. I don't know how tall she is, you know. So, but there's been a lot of vindictiveness from her, because it's all about her getting child support owed to her.
Is she in the
He
US or
told me
where is she
she's
in
in
this world?
England. She's in
She's in the
England. She's in England.
Okay,
Yes,
so she's trying to get child
but
support from him.
yes, and it was to the tune of 4 million. So even when I got served, I was looking at 4 million. I was like, oh, they said you owe 4 million. He was like, what 4 million? Just owe 4 million now. And he told me that it was 250 today, 300. So I started,
Four
you know, so when I
million,
started
4 million
calling
naira, be $4 million or pounds.
4 million, you know.
He's
So the
owing
ex-wife was
four
taking
million
it.
dollars in child support.
Yes, yes, because
Ah.
remember, like I said, during the when I made my first when I came on the show a few last week, that that the ex-wife, what was I going to say now? Trying to rush.
We're
Um
talking about the child support that is owing the ex-wife. That the ex-wife says she's owing him her money.
yes, that's
Okay.
not what I was trying to say. Anyway, the woman tried to, and he knew that the woman was coming for me, and they didn't say anything. Somehow she was able to get in touch with my sister in Boston, who was
How can
telling
she
me,
come for you? You don't owe her anything. You see,
yes,
this is the
yes,
problem I have with women. Why is she coming for you?
yeah. I don't really blame her because I don't know the story they have also fed her, because from my sister in Boston, I come to find out that his mother and junior brother had gone to go and beg her. So it's the morning she got judgments over she won judgment on the case, a lien on the property. That's when he now said to me, I now asked him that, when were you going to tell me that your ex-wife had gone to, your mother had, and your junior brother had gone to meet the ex-wife? Why was I going to court? You know? But
So
she wasn't.
she's won judgment now for his own share of the property.
Yes. So this property is now on sale. He didn't, you
Right.
know, he was still trying to, as at last year, he was still trying to, he was using me to I eventually needed a lawyer because the judges I met heard my side, and, you know, they started telling me you need legal representation. You know, he did not want to. So I reached out to my former neighbor, who is an insurance lawyer, who saw everything, was able to get access to the records online, and was shouting, "Who's your lawyer? Who's your lawyer?" I said, "I don't have a lawyer." He was like, "You mean you've been going to the court on your own?"
By
I said,
yourself.
"Yes." He started asking, "Where is this man?" I said, "He's been in Nigeria." He was very quiet. You know, he those white men, their silence can be very, very readable, you know. So I've been suffering a lot of attack from judges, are being falsely accused. So eventually he had to introduce me to his cousin. That's where this man was now forced. This man was saying he didn't have money to send my son and I were already starving. Now, because of where we live, my son has never had benefits as a legally born Floridian.
Do you
You know,
have
things have gotten.
green card now?
No, it's getting to my turn. However, my brother is now trying to do it in such a way that I can also get what do you call it, a work authorization.
You
Um,
have to be able to work. You must be able to
yes,
work.
yes.
That that
So
that's
I've
that's
been
imminent. Yeah.
Yes. So I've been trying to, I was trying to talk to his friend and trying to tell his friend, please beg him to send money for property taxes, because the way everything has happened now, the um, ex-wife has had me sign that even the property tax is being owed, which is 30 this come next month, it's going to be $30,000. If I don't pay the property, the house is taken from us.
Who
The
is going to
lawyer,
take
he
it?
stopped paying, the house will go on sale. Well, my lawyer also said that the ex-wife could also go there and also try and buy the house from there. But my lawyer also, he stopped listening to my lawyer, stopped sending money suddenly. When he stopped sending
Where are
money
you
to
going to
me,
get 30,000 when you can't even get money to take care of yourself and your child?
exactly, knowing fully well that he wouldn't let me work. No matter when he even went behind me, our joint account, closed it down, moved everything to a new account, and in court, he said his mother is a signatory to the account. They accused me of stealing $100,000. They called me baby mama. It's his aunt is a nursing practitioner who um his aunt is a nurses practitioner was who was a bit friendly. Then she started acting funny. Thank God I had her number. So I called her and she was being a bit cynical. She was like, "Aren't you a baby mama? What is it? Why are you living in the house?" I said, "No, I'm actually not. I'm legally married to this man." So she started asking me questions. So when I started giving her the receipts, she screamed and said, "Oh, this woman, she's still like this, you know." And it's from her I found out that it's his mother that asked him to go and file for a divorce.
Is
I'm
the mother
happy.
educated? Your mother-in-law,
Well,
is she
apparently,
educated?
well, she apparently she was, according to him, was trying to be a nurse. I don't know if she
Mm.
finished. You know, his background story is a bit, I can't really grasp much. You know,
Okay,
and again,
so
there's a lot of bullying and control. So the lawyer
where
is
you
being
are
owed.
now, yeah,
Yes,
you were saying the
the
lawyer is
lawyer
being
is
owed.
being the lawyer is
Mhm.
being owed $50,000. The
Whose
house,
lawyer?
the lawyer that has been representing me, he even tried to go behind and take control of the lawyer. The lawyer said, since you didn't come up during the court case, it is now illegal for him. He can't risk his license to now start listening to him and what do you call it, and knock me aside since he's been going to court for only me. He said, oh, that's according to my lawyer, is like, oh, but he's been paying for the case before. So, but my lawyer was like, well, we didn't hear from you, so we were only representing this woman. It had you, your mother, and this your wife. you pushed it, basically in legal terms saying, but you pushed her and you guys were in the background letting her collect bullets. Florida law won't let me now take you on, and you can't just come in and control and stuff like that. So I think with
So
that, he now drew back. He's owing, the lawyer's being owed 50K.
so
House
yeah,
is about to be.
yeah. I wanted to summarize by saying that
Yes.
50K
Yeah.
in dollars owed to lawyer,
Yes.
your
Yes.
lawyer,
Yes.
30K in
Yes.
taxes that needs to be paid on this property,
Yes.
ex-wife from the
Yes.
UK fighting ownership of his own share of the house, and she's won in court already.
Yes.
What do you
Yes.
actually have then for this house? What do you
It,
think you're gonna, if anything,
it,
let's say by
I'm praying
some
for the Yes,
mm,
I'm praying for somebody to I haven't been sleeping well. It's been prayers upon prayers for somebody to come and buy this property because I've tried to look for work. Each time I go, Florida is a red state. So each time you want to do something, except I have saved up money to start working, I can't go in and what do you call it, and say, oh, I'm applying for this job, because they're asking, where are your documents? You have this
so
job. We like your
yeah.
Yes.
So at the
I've been
moment,
begging people to eat. I've been begging
mm,
people to eat, and people get tired. So
yes.
please, anybody that knows this man, Casimir Akagbosu, his mother, Emily Akagbosu, please, because I've been trying to reach this man. We have been blocked. I
That
have been blocked.
who is that? Who did you just call?
His name is Casimir Omokeka Akagbosu. His mother's name is Emily Ilobekeme Akagbosu. I've been trying to reach this man. I've called his friend in California. I've called his friend in California. That one is even has grown weary. He was like, "Oh, I can't reach him." Different stories. So anybody who just knows this man, please. His email is cas_aka@yahoo.co.uk. He needs
Are
to
you
send money.
are you no no are you sure this is a good idea? Asking him to send money for you
No,
and your
these
son?
bills, I don't, that
I
those
don't
are
think
not
that's your
even,
problem. No, I don't think that is your
no,
problem.
no, it's not
Why do you
the
think
money.
he's going to send it? Why do you think he will?
I
He's
don't know.
already
I'm
lost the
just,
house. He's already lost the
yeah,
house. Johnny Divine, you need to start thinking smartly now. You need to start thinking smartly. I appreciate everything you've been through, but he's lost the
yes.
house to his ex-wife. Why would he send money?
I
He
don't
doesn't need
know.
to
I'm
send
just,
money to pay taxes for a house that is lost. No, he
so,
won't send money for bills. No. You see, the reason why he's blocked you or why you can't access him anymore is because he
yeah,
already knows now that he's lost that property to his ex. The ex-wife is smart. She's a lawyer. She
yeah,
knows what to do. She came all
yes,
the way from the
yeah,
UK to America and put that house in court and got it.
yes,
That's a
yes,
smart woman.
yes,
So he
yes,
lost the house to the ex-wife. Bio, please help me. Am I making sense here? You see why I was saying that fighting for
yeah.
this property was a bad idea from the day one? You see what I was saying?
So
I wish I knew you. I would have just told you to cut your losses and leave. Because at the end of the day, you've been in that house, you suffered emotionally,
Sister B,
physically,
let me just,
everything.
I even tried to leave twice last year. Let me
Hmm.
just pick myself up, but there's no help, no funds. Um, so that whatever it is, I can even start paying my lawyer because they've signed me to be responsible for this
You
property
can't pay what you
taxes
don't
to be
have.
paid.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
You can't pay what you don't have. No.
Yes, yes, yes. Hold
You
on,
can't
my
pay what you
sister.
don't have. You are not going to pay anything because you can't even feed yourself and your child. Pay waiting. Is this not obodooyinbo? What are you going to
Yes.
pay?
mm,
You don't pay
Listen to Auntie
nothing.
B.
You don't have money.
yeah.
Worst case scenario, declare yourself bankrupt. Which pay waiting?
So,
You're not paying anything. This is
so
not, it's not even paying all these things that is your
Hold
problem
on, my
now.
sister. Listen to Auntie B.
Johnny
yes, I am.
Divine, your
Yes,
survivor and your child survivor is your number one priority now.
yes,
That house is gone. All right.
yes.
And this is why I do not advocate for fighting for property. You stayed in that house for too long. Unfortunately, you had no help, you had no
No,
advisors. So
No.
now they are trying to hit you with bills that you can't even afford to take care of your child. So how are you going to pay for property tax of 30,000? Pay lawyer? Which lawyer? I beg, lawyer should go and sleep. You're not paying nothing. You don't have it. In the abroad, let me tell you something. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Okay? They won't send you to jail because you owe. They're not going to jail you or arrest you because you owe money. You don't have it, you don't have it. As long as you can prove that you don't have it. There are even services. I don't know about the US. Maybe you people in the US can help me. If it's in the UK, there are so many services that will send you to that they won't be telling them pay you. If the lawyer, you pay them one pound a month or £5 a month. You don't have it. You don't have it. And you don't need to stay in Florida. That's what I've been hearing Junior say in the comment section.
Yeah,
You
I've
don't
been
need to
trying
stay
to
in
leave.
Florida. You can leave Florida and go to a cheaper state where you can start
Yeah.
afresh.
Now he lied against me in court saying I was trying to leave the country with our son. So the judge presiding over the divorce clamped down that my son cannot leave the state.
All right. My sister,
So,
calm down. You just calm down, please. Let me chip in one or two things. Thank you very much, Auntie B. My sister, thank you very much for picking the courage to speak out. Like we all do here, this is not a court. This is a place where we appreciate people like you, who are our special guests.
Well done. Yeah. Bio, let me thank her for her courage. Well done. Well done. I wish I can give you a hug. I'm sending you
So
virtual hugs now,
we
Johnny
thank you
Divine.
very much for speaking up. And like we said,
thank you.
regardless of what or the donation that we're going to make some comments, it has nothing to do with you because we are all not perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So we know that no one is perfect. Whether you are right, whether you are wrong, we are here to protect you. With that being said, please, like we always tell our guests when they come here, we will try to support you and see how you can get back to your feet and see how we can help you with words of encouragement, support, and everything. We don't have personal interest against you nor your partner.
Any Obodo farm in the state of Florida, please? Do we have any Obodo farm?
Yeah. So while Auntie B is doing some other things in the background she's doing now, I want to say this to you. This story, when it started, it later turned to be something very, very big, because the tail end for me is what is so catching now, because this is a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So a rabbit hole is a dangerous hole. So you are still in that rabbit hole, sorry to say, and that rabbit hole, you need to look for an alternative exit out of that hole. So if you, I know I'm speaking in parables when I say rabbit hole because I'm a village boy, so I know how we kill rabbits. Before you kill the rabbit, you go look for the other hole that the rabbit can come out from. Okay? So that you make sure you are not taken by surprise. And once you mention that name, I looked at the name up because I've heard the name before. And to be very candid, it has association with politicians. Okay.
I see.
So I don't want to talk too much. It has a strong PDP connect in Edo State.
I see.
Yes. So I will go deep later, one-on-one with Auntie B concerning this person you are talking about and the family name. Okay. So I'm trying to establish if it's the particular person that I know with that name, but I say it's his name because it came twice. It pulled up twice. So, and you should know, like everybody know, nobody will be in Nigeria and be paying mortgage in the abroad, sponsor somebody for school. That already tell you that the person has some kind of resources at the time. And now it has been proven from your submission that this person's question is debts is over his assets. So that is one bitter fact you should accept. You understand? So there are people that you see the way they are spending money. You need to first find out if they are holding money, because it's one thing to spend It's another thing not to be base. Usa, Ema, that is what they say in Edo State. Though my mom is from Edo, I'm from Delta. But however, we the average Edo people, we don't give up. We have atom of narcissism inside us, and the worst, the Benis, they are even worse. We are worse. So I include myself. So it's a big fight you are in, but when I mean in, you've been there, and God love you so much that at this point, one saving grace that you have family people within this US. Now you have made for yourself good friends within the United States and all over the world, right, that are hearing this story today, people of interest who will be able to also support you to fight this fight. But it is not a fight against the enemy, it's a fight of rescue. Okay? So
Yes.
that's why I use the word rabbit hole. So nobody's coming here to fight them or fight your ex-husband or whatever. No. We're only coming here to fight to rescue you by the grace of God to come out from that rabbit hole with less damage.
Yeah.
With less
Yeah.
damage, because you
Yeah.
have been inside that hole since, and you are still in there suffering the pains,
Even the
of
child,
being,
even your child, you say it's
yes, inside.
affected him. Has it
Yes.
Yes.
has he had I mean medical attention? I'm even concerned about him apart from all that what he witnessed. You
Um,
said he was speaking Spanish before, now he's got issues now.
yes. Yes.
Oh,
I was able to get him into some form of therapy, but then his therapist moved, and since then they haven't called to tell me that there's somebody um, who can take him on, and even getting there is it's not close. It's going there and back. It's not close, but there's been no new therapist to
Okay. Yeah. So
yeah.
so many things. First thing first, survivor. And TB, I've already indicated that from the beginning. Survivor is the
Yes.
first thing first. So
Yeah.
we want to focus more on survivor, because he who has life is the person that has hope, right? So
Yes.
survivor is very important. I know you did
Yes.
mention that you have an application that is not current yet.
It's
That is
not.
the immigration term. And
Yes.
very soon might be current for you to have your EAD, which will allow you to work, right? So that's the
Yes.
EAD you're talking about, employment
Yes.
document based on whatever form number that was filed for you, either by your family or whoever. But we can't
Yeah.
disclose your immigration status online right now 100%. Okay. So we
Yeah.
want to believe that you have something in the pot that is cooking regarding
Yes.
immigration. Then,
Yes.
yeah, so with that being said, we also know that since you're in the US with your son, by the grace of God, with little support and contact, you'll be able to get something doing. Okay?
Amen.
So I
Amen.
also want to tell you as a personal advice, in case I can speak with you later or Auntie B speak with you
Yes.
later, just take this
Yes.
word, regardless of your certificates that you have already have here. Take this as a challenge that you are getting out of the rabbit hole. So you are going to take
Amen.
any job that you can get for the time
Yes.
being, okay?
Yes.
And so that you can
Yes.
use that one with the support to survive. You are in the US.
Amen.
By the grace of God,
Amen.
you have your health is good. God gives you life, so you should be able to get something. We'll see how we can do that
Amen.
through the contacts in Florida or wherever, right? Then while we now progress to see what legal support you can get. I know you've already signed during the while you are still in that hole, you've signed some kind of legal consultations which have
Yes.
paid a lot of legal fees,
Yes.
regarding these issues, And if I heard you very well, I heard about 50K or whatever. Yes, like Auntie B
Yes.
said, yes, that is legal fees, no problem. When the time comes,
Yes.
you always go with negotiation with them, even if you take years or negotiation to fight for bankruptcy or whatever they can do to speed the load down and create an exit. You can do that later. But for now, is survivor. We are
yeah.
interested in your
Yes.
son specifically because
Mm-hmm.
he's
Yes.
the innocent party here.
Yes.
That is just the
Yes.
truth. He's the 100% innocent party. And as an Edo blood too, I can tell you that even his father, knowing that that is his blood, no matter how narcissistic or whatever he is, he will definitely have interest in that boy. I'm telling you. So
Yeah.
that is what, if you are getting out of that hole, you must hold that boy and get out of that hole with that boy.
He has
Okay?
Yeah.
his interest must not be good, because if he had good interest, then he would not have dealt with the mother in a way that he has affected the boy now. Eh?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
doesn't like to speak to. He refuses to speak to him.
Yeah,
But
that's
his
fine.
father makes it look as if I'm the one
Yeah.
depriving the boy, but the boy doesn't want.
Please don't force him. Don't force him to
Don't
speak
you
to
don't
him.
need to you don't need
I
to
used to, but he started crying and saying no. So that for me, I had to step back, and I would relate to him and say, listen, he doesn't want to, but he will say it is me who doesn't want him to,
Yeah. So another
um,
thing you should also realize at this point, because we must bring you to reality. Okay, that
yes,
is the first way to get out of this. They must bring you to reality, because you must first of all realize that, I don't know what your thoughts are right now, but I'm just telling you, must first of all realize that this is not about him and you anymore, if that makes sense. Okay,
yeah,
because at this point, that's the everywhere is already torn apart, right? So you are
yes,
just trying to survive, so you must know where your interest is. Your interest is
yes,
not in him, whether I call your son, you don't call your son. Your interest now is that you want to be okay with your son.
So
yes,
so somebody
yes.
is asking a very good question. Since you have family, your mom is there, and you say you were the one that basically sponsored her there. Are your family members not able to contribute for at least for you to have, even if it's an apartment, until you find your own
No,
food?
so my uh sister is currently not talking to me. I actually uh when I reached out to her, at first there was so much going on, so I blocked her because I think the ex-wife was, and maybe my sister didn't realize, the ex-wife was using her to
Was
also
befriending
play with
her.
me, was
The
using her
ex-wife was
to play with
befriending
me.
your sister. Why would your
I
sister
went
want to
to,
befriend your husband when she knows that you
she
are in a
she
bitter
says
divorce?
she says that the ex-wife was her junior in school. She reached out. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm here. She's up there. But where they hurt is that um, she she I was trying to relay my own side, being the one inside, but she decided to hold my stop my conversation and say, oh, that the ex has already told her everything. And
So
that's,
she'll take the
so
side,
it sounds like
So
take
she's
the
taking
side of
yes,
side of the ex
yes,
against her own sister.
yes,
Oh my
yes. So
gosh.
that's what has
Yeah,
transpired.
there are some things.
Um,
Some sisters do have them.
so she's that's so my oldest sister, who's older than I, had tried actually unblocked when everything started calming down, to reach to her and say, oh, I'm trying to get there. What do you call it? Da 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 da. But says I'm not welcome. So I don't mind. I don't mind. It's I
Do you have any friends
uh,
now?
nobody,
You don't have any friends
nobody,
still.
no, um,
What level of
nobody.
isolation is this?
I tried to leave 2 times last year, so that even if I'm working to try and offset the bills, but I didn't even have money to leave. I
Yeah.
didn't have money to leave.
Yeah, so that's why I
Um,
said you must understand the situation now. So for the situation now, you will not live like the way you used to live before.
How
Do you
would you do
understand?
this?
men,
What kind of a thing
Because
yes,
is this? In
because the
America,
truth, no, the truth
it's in
is,
Africa
Auntie
that you
B,
hear women are so helpless. How can
Auntie
somebody be
B.
in the United States and they are so helpless?
No, that's what I'm explaining to you now, Auntie B. Please listen. This thing is like this. We don't want to go into summarizing it again. This story, you can pick within lines. This lady was married to somebody, presumably, who was living the life. You know what I mean? So over the years, I've spoiled her with preventing her from working, sending money from Nigeria. You understand what I mean? Isolated her from her family, controlling her.
yes,
In fact, she have built enemies within her family. So this kind of issue, you don't know that kind of thing that sisters will say, the time when they get money, they will live
They don't
big.
know
They're not the
me.
answer us. Eh? You understand me? You know, they will say your husband is big man in Nigeria. He will be raising shoulder. See now. You know, you understand what
I
I'm trying to
wasn't
say, Auntie
even
B?
doing. The thing is, I wasn't even doing that.
No, you don't need to do
But
it. That is the truth. You don't need to do
yeah.
it. They will assume it for you. You don't need to do it. I never said you did it.
It's
Right?
true.
You don't.
True. Bio
You
is
don't
right.
need to do it. They will say when you were living in that big house, how many times you called them? I'm telling you, how many do you know? So that is not the issue here. What I'm trying to say is that you are see, when things happen to people, they settle down to bounce back. Does that make sense? So I'm only trying to insert this into your brain, my sister, as an advice that with this situation, you must accept to face reality. What am I trying to say? In the sense that the way that you have been living with him, with those money he was loaning and sending, you cannot live that way from the beginning now. You have to come down first. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm not. See, where are you in Florida? I know people in Florida that use Uber to survive. What are you
Somebody
telling
said
me?
something. Flo is saying that because your child is an American citizen, that you can get Medicaid, food stamps, and even emergency shelter. Have you explored those options?
Yes, they denied me the food stamps, and but they only agreed to the Medicaid.
So they will not give you Section 8 housing, even.
No, because of where the place is. Also, Brother Bio, I'm not. My head is not in the clouds. Trust and believe. I was trying to leave to go and start wherever. What do you call it? Behind this man, I had done some training. I'm a certified nurse assistant. Because of I went hunting for any place that would take me, but it still boils down to documentation. I'm
That's what
not
we are saying, my
somebody.
sister.
Yes, I'm
you are
not
doing
somebody
very well.
who. I'm not trying to segregate and saying that he's spoiled and stuff like that. Like I said, most of the money he was sending was the mortgage, the bills, and feeding. It's whatever extra that came out of the feeding money that I would use to buy a couple of things. While I was in my brother's,
it's okay. You don't need to. I mean, it's just advice. But let me take another call, Embassy. She lives in America and might have more insights. Go ahead. Hello, Embassy. Happy New Year, my darling.
Happy New Year, Queen Bee. How you doing?
I'm all right, sweetie.
Really, I'm really sorry for what my sister is going through at this point, right? I went through it, but I need to tell her there's no ending to this. I gotta tell you. I want you to brace yourself and hold yourself. I want you to be patient with yourself, okay? Again, there's no ending to this. Uncle Bio has said a lot of things. So America is such a funny country. I gotta tell you this. Like, I understand everything that she's saying. You know, like even when you are trying all your possible best, it doesn't mean that you're gonna get help in a way that you would think you will get help, especially if your situation is really, really worse. Unless, God forbid, something bad happened, then everybody call me like, oh yeah, America is it's not like that, in a way. Again, if it's possible for you to leave where you are and leave the house behind, like Queen Bee said, I think that would be your best bet. But because I have to be honest with you, with my situation, because we kind of have a similar situation, and I'm telling you this just to make you feel a little better, okay? I have all the support in the world. That's the difference between you and I have a job that has support me. Even with all of that, it's so difficult. It's really difficult. I'm not gonna lie. You have to really be in a headspace that is just right.
She can't go anywhere. Sorry, Embassy. A lot of people are saying, come to Dallas, come to Washington. She cannot. She
No, it's
said,
not that
can we not
easy like
challenge
that.
that order? That as long as she's not taking the child out of America, is it not possible to go to court and ask to leave the state if this state is not favorable to her? Is it not possible to do that?
You can ask your lawyer to see if they can help you. I mean, let them be racking the money. Honey, I'm in the same depth of lawyer to myself as I'm talking to you, okay? It's something,
Okay.
if we're going to have to pay this for the rest of our life, whatever, or find a way to get out of it, we're going to get out of it. But again, what they said is your survivor first and foremost, okay?
Yes.
If you can talk to your lawyer to help you to see if they can get you that you can move. I don't know why they place the hold on you that you cannot leave the state, especially that he's not even in the state. I don't understand that part. You understand what I mean?
I'm sorry, he lied to the judge during the divorce that I was trying to run and leave the country with my son. So with that, the judge placed I was there. Yeah,
but
when
he was lying.
These people, you cannot. Oh my God, may we, our enemy, never meet them. You cannot.
Amen.
Between me and my lawyer, I can't even. These people is so unfortunate. And let me tell you this: everything that happened to you came in a very subtle way. That everything doesn't come one time. It will caught up. It will you get caught up in it. Before you realize it, it will be way too late. And you know, I was talking to somebody of the similar situation a while ago. I came to realize that when you are in a situation with this kind of a person, and I want to tell you this because those are the things that's going to help you to really get into yourself. Okay, because you need that. You need to really get into yourself. And one of the things why it's so difficult to walk away from it is because when you are dealing with people like this, they are the most careless person in the relationship. And because they are the most careless person in the relationship, they have the most power. You won't even know. You won't know all of that until maybe you are out of it, or maybe now that you are realizing what you are in for. You understand what I mean? So what I want you to, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, before you say that sentence, let me just quickly read this. Temilade said that the court can allow her to relocate to another state. She said, I have a friend who's been through the same situation. So I think she needs to reapply to the court because you can even, on the grounds that that your boy is traumatized being in that house. That's where everything happens. So I think the lawyer might be able to make
they should be able to do that because you are still within United States anyway. You are not going out of United. I think that should, and that, I hope you'll be able to get that rectified. At least you can move anywhere in United States. And mentioning the boy, I'm gonna tell you this. Someone told me that long time ago. You are not responsible to make him a good guy for your child. Okay, you're only responsible for you and your child. Really, like, just be the best parent that you can be for him at this point. Don't bother to make him look good in front of you. If your child tells you my daddy is this and that, acknowledge your child feeling first. Okay, don't say, oh, don't think about him like that, he's a good guy. No, he's not a good guy. But you don't need to say that. You just need to acknowledge the feelings of your child. That is all you are responsible for. Okay. Again,
so
Queen B, no matter.
Yeah, they can't compel you to stay in Florida. I've never heard that before. You are not under any. I mean, I know there is an injunction, but an injunction can be overturned because this is it's not imprisonment. So why can't they compel you to stay in a state?
Auntie B, that man is playing with this our sister's brain here. That man is still playing with her brain till today, even though he's not talking with her. Initially, what he did to her, he did pay for private investigators to run around her, and he's still paying. Private investigators, they know all her moves. The man is a very cunning person. Sorry to say, he is. He's a con man. Not only con in his in his relationship, con in his dealings, in his business. And that is what has led to all these financial issues, if they are even true, because he would definitely know that the divorcing her will cost him some money and other things. So he himself has already filed for bankruptcy. Okay, so
True.
Yeah.
yes, he
Yeah.
himself already filed for bankruptcy. So at the end of the day, him knowing and having friends that are within the law system, the legal system, whether you call it in Nigeria or in the United States, they are almost alike, right? So when you are dealing with a corrupt lawyer, even in Nigeria, he knows the way he can still twingle it into corrupt system in the United States. Do you understand my
Somebody,
point?
yeah, I hear
You
you.
know,
Okay,
Uncle
go
Bio,
ahead.
Uncle Bio, this is what people need to understand. There are lawyers who are just for that they help you for regular divorce, this and that. You have to find a lawyer that actually understands this kind of group of people, man or
Yeah.
woman, because
Yeah.
just ordinary lawyer cannot handle them because they don't know them.
No.
And that is more
Yeah.
reason why because again, like you said, Uncle Bio,
Yes.
he's a con man. He
Yeah.
know his
Hmm.
assignment. He's good at.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? The
Uh-uh.
only
Yeah.
naive person is my sister here, okay? And
Yes.
Yeah.
he knows that, and he took advantage. I mean, that's
Of
what they
it.
do. I mean, how that is what they do. Again, like I
So,
Yeah.
said,
yeah.
this is a journey. There's no end to it. You are the one that's gonna have to put end to that for yourself and for your. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like it's a long way battle that you
Mm-hmm.
have to fight, but it is possible, honey. I'm fighting it. It's not fun. I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
Enemy.
Even if you have all the support in the world and you have the money to do it, my sister, it's still hard. It's still devastating. It's still
Mhm.
heartbreaking. He can put you to the other side if care is not taken. Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay,
just
So
so
God forbid in Jesus'
we are
name.
looking for solutions now. I want to focus on solutions. Anything you know that can help going forward is what we need now because we've
Yeah.
done almost 3 hours and I need
I'm
to move
gonna say this
quickly.
going to be. I'm here
Mm,
in the state.
mm.
In any way that we can help morally, financially, whatever the case may be, in whatever way I can, in little way, I'll be glad to do so. You want to connect and speak to somebody just for um
Mbase, yeah.
yes,
Can
ma'am.
you please, yeah,
Yeah,
can you reach me on WhatsApp? Because I mean,
I
just
will. I'll
are you
remind
open
you.
to are you open to having friends? I know you say you have something about being having friends, so I need to first of
Uh,
all get your consent. Are you open to
I
that?
need I am open to healing. So however small the steps are, I'm willing to take it. Also one thing, my son and I talk, we dream of not being in this home.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Yeah, it is well, my sister. There is nothing in
Okay,
that home. That
it's
home
okay.
is a trap.
Which
That
home?
rabbit
Do
hole,
you
you will come out from it. Forget about that home.
no, forget
Forget the
about the
structure.
home.
Forget that
Yeah.
structure you are seeing. God is going to bless you in the US. A
Yeah,
day will come that you will just shake your head. You say, look at what I was fighting for. I even have my own bigger than this. Trust me,
yeah,
it can
It's
happen.
it's
You
peace.
know, a
Your
lot
peace
of
of mind
people,
is more
yes,
important. If you are in one room, you are in a shared
yes,
apartment,
you
and you
are
have
happy.
peace, you are
Peace.
happy.
That's my Auntie B. You don't know where the talk goes. So the
It's
solution
better
here.
than living in a mansion, $1 million
Ah,
dollar house that you every day that you are crying.
some house will be drawing you back.
This house
You'll
not
be
because
drawing your shirt.
not
What
because
kind of
this house.
house? Eh?
understand this part too. Block button is for a reason. You're gonna block every goddamn one of them. That is, if you are getting triggered by them, block them
Mhm.
off. If they're not in a way useful to you, including the father, I don't care who, block them off for now because you're gonna need that. Okay. Again, refocus on
On
yourself.
yourself and your
It
kids. So the way
yeah.
out for me, personally, again, solutions without missing my point. One,
Mm-hmm.
at this point, one, you do a different immigration consultation for low cost, not high cost. We can try to help with that. Just to know where your current application on the documentation that you need to work is act and know the timeline and see how you can stay put for those career, academic trainings, everything you've gotten for those stuff to manifest and give you a good job. But before then, you have to get something first while you are in here. This is social media. Let me not say some things, but you understand where I'm talking. This is US. You will get something, okay? You will get something. We want to know what you can get. You will get something. Even if that thing is only paying for a room, for instance, right? And also, by your son be a US citizen, there must also be a support line. If it is clear that he is here, the father is not supporting financially, and you are not working, there must be something. With that being said, let us just get you at a point where you stay put. That's why I said you will come down first, balance well, be happy, then you'll be able to see clearly. Because now, when you're in that house, you cannot see clearly, because the whole thing that they use.
Left to me, she'll be out of that house tomorrow.
Now, that's what I'm saying now.
Tomorrow.
Out of it.
This is what I was saying about all this house matter. This house matter. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Rabiu. Let's talk behind the scenes, please. Thank you. I appreciate you. Mbasi, lastly, what do you have to say? Because I need to go, to be honest. I am extremely tired.
I'm gonna say, like you said, the house is I was gonna ask us if there's nowhere like nearby that, because like they say, you need to get out of that place. You don't have any business for that place again, even for your healing to even begin. You need yourself away from that. I wonder if I wish I can say, you come down to me. My house is for sale at the same time. So I cannot even say that. So I wish I'm in a better place where I can say, I'll pay for your ticket and just come and stay with me. But I cannot at this time. But you need, like they said, you need to find your way, and then we can go from there. Again, Queen B, I'm gonna get in touch with you.
You have my new number. I have a new number, and I have a new WhatsApp. I'm not sure if you have it.
Oh, I think I have the old. I probably have the old one.
Yeah, please don't text that old one. One Chinese person has taken that one. I've left it for them. They should take it. I don't want it anymore.
I will email you, and then you can send me for email or something.
Yeah, no, let me put it on the screen now. I'll put it on the screen.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna short screen it. Okay, and I'll text you.
Yeah, it's on the screen now. Thank you, my darling.
Okay.
All the best to you, my dear. Thank you. Thanks for your help.
Stay in peace, okay?
All right then. Thank you. So you see, you are not alone. This is what I was saying to you, Johnny Divine. You are not alone. You are not alone. You don't know. People are going through things. Yeah, you are not alone. Don't worry. If you want to make friends that you can actually trust to hold your hand, people that you can talk to, people you can vent to, we have them. And that's why people are joining our platforms. That's all we're here for. We're not in the platforms to gossip or to no, we're there to help one another, to uplift one another, and to hold one another, to advocate for one another, share useful information. So if you are in the platform and you are not active, we are going to remove you. That's what we plan to do this year. We are not playing this year at all. We have a lot of work to do. And I appreciate everybody that's been working really hard, you know, whether in Nigeria, in the US, here in the UK. I really appreciate you, but we need people who really believe in the vision of what we are doing. We are here to do stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody has offered accommodation in Florida. Oh my God. Let me check. I didn't see that. Thank you for telling me. Let me quickly check. For real. You came into the studio. Happy New Year. What do you have to say, please? Hello, can you unmute yourself? Hear me? Yeah, 3 minutes, please. Welcome.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to ask her if she has a tax ID and how long she's been living in the States. Okay, if she has filed taxes. Because if she has those things, she can actually still work. I don't know, but in California, you can work. The only thing, because she's not illegal.
I can't see the comment about who left the comment about offering accommodation in Florida, please. I can't find it. There are so many comments. Oh my God, my eyes are doing me one kind. Please leave the comment again if you are there in the comment section. Let me see it. I can't see it. My number is on the screen, Jennifer. Anybody that wants to offer accommodation, please contact me on WhatsApp or by email. It's on the screen. I'm begging you. I can't see all the comments. There are too many. Somebody offered a room in Kentucky. She has to remain in Florida at the moment, so we have to focus. I don't know. Is Kentucky close to Florida? I don't know American very well. Or is Kentucky? I don't know. Is that close? Johnny Divine, is Kentucky close to Florida?
Oh,
Is that the
I
same
don't think
state?
so.
No.
No.
Okay. For real. Yeah, you were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Sorry
If she
about
has,
that.
I can also help her with immigration stuff to know what is happening, and there are other type of things she can. If she was in California, it would have been. I know a lot of laws in California. But I can abreast myself with the laws of Florida to see how she can, have a benefit, because as long as she has an American citizen as a child, she should be able to, depending on how she files it, I'm positive she should be able to get benefit for the child.
Yes.
I'm speaking based on the simplicity of California, how they help foreigners, because it's a free state. I'm not so, but I'm so sure Florida has some sort of things if you have a child as an American citizen. But also, if she has been filing her taxes, she has a tax ID.
I don't think she's
And
been filing taxes because she hasn't really
No,
worked.
no, I
you
have
never
not.
filed tax,
No, she's
The
not
only
really
tax that
worked.
was being was just the one on the property.
so you don't have a tax ID.
I do have a tax ID.
Okay, good.
No,
Do you have
somebody
a
has
social
offered.
security? Do you have a social
Can
No,
you,
I
security
do not.
number?
for real,
I do
please,
not.
can you contact me? I think these questions are better off online.
Okay,
This
yeah,
is
because
social
if she has
media.
those things, there's some things
Yeah,
she
there are
can
some
get
things
some
we don't
certain
want to
things.
disclose. These are
Okay, yeah.
confidential things, please, if you don't mind. Yeah. If you talk
Okay.
to me privately,
Miss. Okay, I
my
have,
number
but
is on
it's
the
like
screen.
more use the
This is
okay.
my
I'm going to
number.
try and put down.
Yeah.
Okay,
Screenshot it,
I
please.
saved it
Yeah.
already, so I'll.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
I've
you very
done that. I'll
much.
try and contact.
Yeah, please do that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't want her to put every information out there. These videos, you don't know how far they go. A lot of people will see it. I won't be surprised if tomorrow now the man has seen it or the ex-wife. They see a lot of these things. So even though you were calling him out, still we want to protect you as much as we can. But we have good news. Somebody has volunteered to help you rent a place. T
Wow,
said, I don't mind
my
renting a
God.
place for her. God bless you, T. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you
So
so
this is
much.
what we're saying about, when people come here, that's when we can offer advice. Please, I know that house means a lot to you. You fought for that house. You have an emotional attachment to that house. But it's come to a place now where you need to choose between your life and the life of your child and that house. Do you
I'm
hear what I'm
actually
saying?
just, yes, I'm actually, it's all about not making my son homeless. It's not about the house.
Okay.
I actually agreed to let the ex-wife and I sell the property so she can go with her own half, and so I can go with my own half, so that there's something to, my son has somewhere to come home to.
Yes. So since
It's
the house
really
is
not about the house.
thank you for saying that. I'm really glad to hear that. Since the house is already in the market, so, I mean, you still have your share of the house. So if they sell it anytime, you still get
Yes,
your own share. So it doesn't matter whether you
yes.
live there or not. But I believe
I'm not
there's
holding
juju in
on to
that
the
house.
house, no.
I think you need to leave that house. There's juju in that house that's affecting you. There's nothing. There are energies. Even if it's not physical juju, and you were saying some things. There are some things in that
Yeah,
house that are affecting you. Energies, some negative energy. And Edo
yeah.
people can do juju. Let me tell you. I'm from Edo. They can some of our people they do wicked juju. So you need to get out of that house. T, please, God will bless you. Please contact me on WhatsApp.
Thank you.
Yeah, contact me, please. God will bless you. Anybody that can help with work, una know as we take the do am now, as we know as we take the do am. She still fit work. We know if na UK here, we know how they do am. Abeg, I don't want to use all my mouth talk. Anybody wey go fit help am to work without all those plenty story where they talk, so work dey. Abeg, no na contact me. Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank
Somebody
you.
said they will pay utility and bills for 1 year. Oh my God. Thank you, Nick
Thank you
Deji,
so
for
much.
bringing me. Oh my God. Utility and bills for 1 year. Oh, who said it? Let me find it. Oh, me. Ah, God. God, you are awesome. God, you are wonderful. Where is the comment? I'm looking for it. Utility for 1 year and bills. So if you have accommodation and somebody is offering to pay, oh my God. Thank you. Who said it? Some said. Some said. Okay, some said. Where is some said? I'm looking for the comments. Let me bring Gigi in while we quickly find this comment. Gigi, welcome.
Hi, Auntie B.
Hello, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Right.
I'm not in the US, so I cannot say that much in advice, but I want to say something, a minute or two, right? Number one, Auntie B, you're a blessing to so many. You've changed lives. Every day
Thank
you
you.
change lives. Thank you for what you do, right?
Thank
It's
you.
because of you that I've also healed to a great extent. So I know
Oh.
what Johnny is going through. I've been there.
Mm,
The
mm.
only thing is, I am too stubborn, so I found out very quickly and I left. But it was hell.
Good for you.
I know. I know how hard it is. So, Johnny, you'll be okay. But one of the first things you have to do is to expect the worst from him. Not that he's going to turn up and help you. He will not. Even him wanting the child, even him fighting you, is because he wants you to suffer. The fact that he's not been able to control you, he's angry. So don't expect anything and realize by coming on this platform, yes, you might have issues with your family, but God has given you a new family today, right? And
Amen.
people not desert you. You can see what people are doing for you already. You will not be deserted. I walked away, and today my mom looks at me and says, I cannot believe you're the same person. My mom thought I was going to die. Now she looks at me and she says, I cannot believe it. I went back to school. I'm studying counseling because of what I went through.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to be put in a position where I'll be able to help other people going through this. This whole journey, as painful as it has been, it's going to glorify God. It's going to help your journey. Don't forget that. You're going to do so well. This is just the beginning. Give it a year, 2 years. You'll be looking at yourself and you'll not believe it's the same person. Yes, you've cried tears. Yes, you'll cry more tears, but joy will come.
Amen.
And when joy comes, it doesn't stop. You'll be fine.
Amen.
Educate yourself on these people, right? There's so many YouTubers out there who are talking about narcissists, how to even go to court with them, how to explain things to your
Oh,
lawyers. There is a lot of information online. Find it, right? If it's possible, I might send Auntie messages with the people who really, really helped me, but you'll be fine. People will help you. You will laugh again. You're fine. Guaranteed. Thank you, Auntie B.
thank you so much, my darling. Really appreciate you. Another Gigi. Okay. So we've come to the end of the show now. Johnny Divine, how are you feeling?
I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. I can't just wait. I can't believe how I have people coming out of the woodworks to help. I came feeling very numb, and I just came out to talk to get some release. And I can't even express my gratitude, Sister B, and to the world. People, I don't care for those who are on the negative part. I came for help, not for myself, but not especially for myself, but I have a pair of eyes looking at me. He's gone and he's walking around and he sees fighting for him. He didn't beg to be born. He's innocent. This is not how I grew up. My father was a diplomat. I'm just somebody who did not know. I am somebody who had a lot of lack of knowledge. Fine, I take my blame, but my son doesn't need this. he needs to grow free and well, sane. I'm not saying that he's insane, but this is not a normal life. This is not I wished him. This is not what I wish him. Thank you so much for everybody. Words cannot describe how grateful I am, Sister B. God bless you. And yours richly. You will not cry for help. Your tears will be tears of joy and laughter. When you because of what you're doing, danger cannot arise, because before it even arises, God has knocked it down. Your life is so blessed, and my son will also remember you. I'm so grateful to everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Auntie, can you send me a WhatsApp message, please? Thank you so much for reaching out, ma. God bless you. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Also,
People are calling
specifically,
me on the phone. Johnny Divine, you are blessed. You know that?
yes.
No, if you didn't know, I'm telling you now. My phone is
Amen.
blowing up. People are calling. This lady just called me and said her story is like your story. And even though she's in the UK, she said, you know what, I should tell you that you're gonna be all right. That
Amen.
that she'll support you. So I told
Amen.
you when you came, and I wasn't saying it because I was boasting or bragging, but I know because of the previous things that God has done on this platform that by the time you are leaving, that burden will feel like you shared it, so it will feel lessened and you begin to see things differently. So don't cry. Don't
Amen.
cry. Don't
Amen.
cry. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You're gonna be all right. There
Amen.
are so many actions now. The first thing, somebody is offering to rent a place. Someone, please, all the people that are making promises, I beg you in the name of Jesus Christ or whoever God that you worship, please, please, please contact me on WhatsApp, on email to follow up. God will bless you, will reward you. So getting a place, getting a job, and also picking up the pieces of your life is imminent for you now until they sell that property. But I'm very concerned about your well-being. I want you to be out of that house. I want you to take your son and leave that house immediately. You need to leave that house. And so we thank God for the people that are offering to help with bills. And you're going to go to court as well. I'm going to beg, if I have to, people to help so that you can go back to court and go and file and to that injunction to turn it upside down. Your husband is not in the US. He cannot from Nigeria be taking injunction against you at your own detriment. That's why I dey like women that are radical. Honestly, if the ex-wife come from UK here, is coming all the way to America to come and collect property, how are you going to stay in America and they are telling you not to move states? Tori Kini. So that is going to change. It needs to change
Amen.
because people are saying that you need to go. Everybody is saying in the comment section, red state, red state. That Florida is a red state. You need to go to a blue state. So it's going to be easier for you to settle down and start afresh. Another thing I want to say before I leave, Johnny Divine, is the issue with your family, your mom and your siblings. I don't know if there's anybody that can mediate, but at some point you will have to deal with that. Because I feel that some of the pain that you are feeling comes from those issues as well. And being totally isolated from your own blood, your mother, your brothers, your sister. I don't know what happened with you and your sister, but you might need to consider mediation, working towards reconciliation and forgiveness. Okay, my darling, forgiveness is very important too. Even this so-called go
Um,
back, you have to forgive him. It's not going to be easy.
um, I, I actually, my mother is, I talk to her every day, and she's super worried. She didn't know I was coming here. I just took up guts and just came here to talk. I will call her and let her know the help I am getting. I'm willing to go to any state where it beats Maryland, where my brother is, but preferably my mother hasn't seen me since 2018. And she would prefer that I would prefer that I'm closer to her. My son has cousins he's never met. I would want a place of normalcy for him. So I'm sorry, a beggar has no choice, but I'm willing to go to. I'd really like to be closer to my mom. My mom is in her late 80s, and
She's
it
in her
breaks her
late
heart that way.
80s.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
God. She's quite
yes,
elderly.
yes. So I
Wow.
call her every day. When she doesn't hear from me, and I'm in one of those
Okay.
situations, personal
You need to
situations, she worries.
you need to think carefully if you want
Um,
to tell her about, because she might not understand fully, because older people don't understand social media and how powerful it is. So she might
okay,
not think about it. You may not, I'm not saying to keep secret, but if she's not the kind of person that would understand or see the value in it, then it's not a lie. It's just not bringing it to her so that it doesn't distress her.
okay,
Because some
okay.
people will, she might not understand the older generation might not understand it and
Yeah,
be like, oh, you
yes,
went and told her, she might see it as something that is disgraceful for family and things like that. So think about it properly. If you know it's not going to
okay.
help you in any way, there's no need going there. Okay, you can just
Yeah,
tell her you are
yeah,
getting help. You are getting help,
yes,
that you're talking, you're
yes,
making new friends. Put it that way, you're
yes,
making new friends. These are new friends that you're making, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
She knows I'm part of the group, but she didn't know I was coming this way to like come out guns blazing, asking for help or telling my
Yeah.
story. I'll
Yeah.
just tell her I'm
But I'm
part
sure
of the group.
be ready. Be ready. Your sister will see this. Your brother will see this. Let me just warn you now. They will see it. So you might want to prepare yourself and you know what you want to tell them. Because somebody will hear your voice and will send it to your sister. It's happened many times. The other day, somebody came here and was shouting up and down. By the next day, in fact, before that night was over, somebody here that had her and said, I heard your Obodo videos go quiet. But it doesn't matter. There's
It's really
nobody
not.
that
It
doesn't
doesn't
have.
matter to me.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's all
Everybody
about
has
this
problem in their
child.
family. Everybody has issues. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. You need help.
yeah,
And by the grace of God, we're going
yes.
to do what we can to support you. So that's what's important.
Amen.
All these years that you've
Thank
been
you.
going through it, you've been suffering by yourself. So anybody that's going to have
Yes.
something to say, ask them what they've done to help you. The years that you've been
Yeah.
in that house, that this man has literally turned you to a slave. What have they done to help you? This is a Mongo pack of the highest order. So please, that doesn't even matter. It doesn't bother me. But anyway, we'll talk. We'll talk later. Okay?
Thank you so much, Mr. B. Thank
All
you.
right, my
Thank you,
darling. Take care
everybody.
of
God bless
yourself.
you.
Be strong, be
Yes.
prayerful, and just be
Yes.
optimistic. It's going to get better. All right?
Thank you so much. Thank you,
All right,
everybody.
darling.
Thank you, Brother
Okay.
Bio. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. Thank you, my darling, for coming. It takes a lot of courage to speak. It's not easy to share your pain. And this is a pain that is deep. It's not just from Mongo Park, marrying a Mongo Park, is from, family and so many things, losing your it's like literally losing yourself, no income, no career, nothing. Hmm. May God help us. Oh, ladies, please, before you take money, even if you see the most generous person, when they want to spend huge amount of money on you like that, be very, very wary. You need to know what are the conditions of it. Because I feel like Johnny Divine was just so relieved that she saw somebody that was going to bail her out because she was going to school, paid all that 40 something grand. Hmm. Because when Satan wanted to tempt Jesus, he took him to the highest mountain, the temptation. He said, "Look at it, entice Christ." Look at all these things. I will give it to you if you worship me. So be very, very weary of some form of generosity. It's not everybody that is generous towards you that has good intention for you. So it might seem like, oh, he did this massive thing, but look at the years of suffering. Even the so-called school that she went, she cannot even work with it. House became palava. Everything, all these years. This lady is completely broken. They are fighting her on every side. Wow. So it's not worth it. Be careful, please. Don't take something that you know that is like being tempted by the devil to use, to entice you, to enslave you. But Jesus resisted. We are not Christ. We are not comparing ourselves to Christ. But we learn every day. If somebody is doing something that is so extraordinary, gigantic, that is out of this world, don't see it as a miracle. Find out. Is this a gift? Am I going to pay you back? Do I have to marry you? Do I have to sleep with you? What are the terms and conditions? Because I felt like from the minute that this man paid that school fees, she became, it's like he bought her. Literally, he bought her. That was it. She couldn't say no to any other thing again. So let's be careful. Let's be guided. It is well. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Please, if you have made promises, the Lord will bless you. Follow up. Get in touch with me on email, on WhatsApp, Instagram DM, and God will bless you. I would give you an update when there is one. Okay? I'm back again tomorrow. Lord have mercy. I'm back again tomorrow. I didn't know that Johnny Divine's story was going to be this long. This story is long, but I do understand this is literally someone's life. Summarizing it even in 2 hours is not, it's not easy, and that's why she was so nervous. Yeah. So thank you, Obodo fam. I'm back tomorrow. This one is another case of somebody that went from Nigeria to the Canada. It's Canada. She went, and she's a student, and she's saying that it was an agreement for her to go with her husband. Now the husband is refusing her to take her children, to file for her children. I don't know why. I don't know the details of the story, but both of us, you and I, will learn more about it tomorrow. And it's the same time, 7 p.m. GMT. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. It is well. I will see you guys tomorrow. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And thank you so much for all that you do. Yeah, that was a money trap. Don't fall into money trap. I said in one of my shows that money is easy to make. People were saying, they thought maybe I was being arrogant. Anything that money can buy is the least of your problem. The real issues of this life, money cannot buy them. The real things that people will suffer, and if not God comes to their deliverance, will delete them. Money cannot buy it. Anything money can buy is not a problem. That's why I said the other day that money is easy. I said money is easy. He said, but it's hard to make money. You want to try problem that money cannot solve? Like this emotional breakdown? Which money are you going to use to buy it? Peace. Not being able to sleep at night. They are chasing you up and down with juju and all sorts of spirituality that you don't even understand. Dragging you to court. Look at what this young lady is going through. All this base that they are dragging her to come and pay $50,000 lawyer, 30,000 tax. And she doesn't have a penny. It is well, oh, it is well. May God help us. The temptation that will overcome us and overpower us, may we not experience it in Jesus' name. My Edo brother, try. I don't care whether you're from you guys, Kukuno. I don't care. I'm not sentimental about tribe. That's none of my business. Bio said it that a lot of Edo men, covert narcissists they are. I don't know if I could have even married one of them, I don't know. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them. Only lower, only less say issues. They have issues. But it is well. There are always good people and bad people everywhere. But there are some way of life, some culture and traditions that make a particular group of men to be even more wicked than others. Honestly. May God help us. Narcissists all these mongopags, may the Lord deliver us, both men and women. God bless you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. Come here. Oh, I finally see you. You are the one that promised. Are you the one that promised to pay bills for 1 year? Come here. I was looking for your comments. Thank you. Come here. Or if you are the one, I think that was the name I saw, that you said you pay bills for 1 year. Say thank you, Auntie B, for the platform. I've learned a lot and I have stories of my own to tell. We cannot wait to hear you. Please come and tell and help others to heal. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I love you. Have a good weekend and God bless.